Sometimes I want to start D&D.
Everybody hands in.
We need to wait 2 minutes, so that way it's exactly 3 hours for this session.
All right. Go Dunderheads.
Dunderheads! Woo!
That we're doing instead of the clap?
No, because I still need the audio part.
Oh, yeah,
and also, if we just wait 2 minutes.
You told me that you don't need the audio part.
Liar.
You sit on a throne of lies.
It's true, I do.
Turn them against me.
I've learned that it's more the motion than the actual sound bit.
Ooh. There you go.
I'm not looking at you when I'm skimming through it. I'm looking at me because I'm the one that's centered in it.
Okay, you're just watching yourself.
Yeah. I'm a DM.
This is why we
I have a god complex.
So he could watch himself.
Yeah. I have a god complex. I want things to work how I want them to work.
In all fairness, when you guys talk too long in the episodes, I start to skip until I hear my voice again.
Andrew at 2 a.m. is just like, oh yeah, you roll that nat 20, you fucking you
dirty bastard. I do everything.
The NPC is down.
Oh man,
daddy for a reason.
With me getting called out and put on blast out of the way. 3, 2, 1. We got our first sponsor. We're super excited about it. Our music and audio is now brought to you by dSCRYB. If you're looking for just the right ambiance for your spooky dungeon crawl, check out dSCRYB's catalog of sound and music. If you're really looking to scare your players, then you can even use dSCRYB's narration tools as they perfectly describe the dungeon that you're about to enter. You pass the threshold of the storied place and find yourself in the first chamber. A hallway rampant with junk. Any carvings, statues, gnarled sconces on the walls have been obscured by the considerable piles of old and broken equipment. Slashed leather, frayed ropes, dented helms, soiled bedrobes, discarded by adventurers past, perhaps dropped in favor of plunder found deeper within. A trail cuts through the dragon's hoard of debris to the door that will lead you further in. You glimpse a skeletal hand hanging out of one of the mound's fingers, extending spider-like toward the door as if eager for spoils that might be left within. And if that's not enough for you, you can have access to pre-made maps, soundscapes, and their Foundry module to fit exactly what you're looking for on the fly. If this sounds as cool to you as it does to us, because we're really going to be using this in the future, it's super awesome, then you can use code DUNDER to get a 30-day free trial. That's code DUNDER at checkout. Links below. Thanks for listening, and thank you, dSCRYB, for checking us out and sponsoring the show.
That'll never stop.
Hello, welcome to Dungeons and Dunderheads. We're playing through the Queen's Rooks, a game where Guildsrow may have realized it's good to keep your friends close and your band of war criminals closer.
Yeah. Imagine how much good we could have done if we stayed.
We couldn't have.
With that, I'm Andrew the DM. These are my intrepid band of war criminals. Say hello, war criminals.
Hello, war criminals.
I'm not participating in this.
Already be doing war crimes, huh?
Who's committed the most war crimes?
I've lived the longest, so probably me.
For sure, me.
Kex.
Yeah.
Kex has done the most war crimes. You've been accomplice to them, but I don't think you've actually done any of them.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. What he did to the House of Wall was...
It's not a war crime. That is me in my own court.
The definition of war crime is that's international.
That was international.
That was a ad hoc trial where I had a decree.
What do they call the courts that are fake? Kangaroo courts?
No, that is a real court in Australia.
That's what they just call them in Australia. Yeah.
With that, let's go ahead and introduce our war criminals, starting with the Artifice of Disaster, Lizzie.
I have never once done a war crime. I have never once been convicted of a war crime.
You're wearing nuclear bombs on your hands.
You've committed the biggest one.
No, I haven't.
Starting the war.
I didn't start a war.
I didn't start the fire.
There is no war in Guildsrow.
Uh,
We're gonna be huge.
there is no end to an empire in Guildsrow.
Where's your hat, Jeremy? You know, the bright yellow one?
Yeah, no.
I was gonna wear it.
Hi, I am Lizzie playing Alyssa, the Artificer Rune Knight who has not committed any war crimes that have been successfully convicted yet. Hoping to save the world, do good things.
All right. The digger of mass graves, Jeremy.
The digger of mass graves, mostly for the things that other people kill. Thank you. I'm playing Styx Roddenwing, the grave cleric, who is gonna go back to his graveyard and dig himself a hole.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Make room for me.
It'll be a big hole. Big enough for all of us.
The spy extraordinaire, Sam.
I am Sam, playing Kex, Hexblade, Soul Knife, Warlock, Vampire. I've committed enough war crimes for everybody to have 2 at this table at least.
Sweet.
Whenever he introduces his character, I feel like gears that are getting stuck a little bit because you pause in between. You're like, warlock, rogue,
Is it? I feel like it's a hurdle for you.
It's because it's like I have to put
many
the script
things.
in my head.
Yeah.
Too many things.
It's
You're
not,
translating from Sam to English.
It's not loosey goosey like I want it to be.
I'm just saying, this is exactly why I didn't multi-class.
Just because of introduction.
Yeah, damn right.
Well, you did wait a year to make sure you knew all your features on your class anyway, so.
I've known them all for a while. I just don't use them all. How often do I need to use Eyes of the Grave?
I could do it if I wanted to.
And with that, the Prince of Mayhem, Colby.
Hello. I cause mayhem. And I support others in doing it as well. I play Sail, who supports other people in causing mayhem. And I am the Barnacle Boy.
Prince of Mayhem, King of HOAs.
Class combination.
Fae Warlock Glamour Bard.
Thank you.
Water Boy.
Literal water boy in this case.
You can take your HOA global now.
All right. Well, last we left off, the Broken Wings had entered the labyrinth of Turan Hajar in hopes of finding Elder Kachal and the Stonecaller for very different reasons. Being guided by the labyrinth to a dead zone of Hajar's control, you began tracking where Kachal had taken the Stonecaller Hassa, finding themselves in a room with a hot spring and signs of Hassa there. They investigated finding Simon, the gnomish scout of the folk band Simon and Garfunkel. Simon had been there for quite some time. He gave Kex a tarot card reading and agreed to come help the Stonecaller if it would get them out of the labyrinth. They would all eventually find Kachal performing a necromantic rite on Hassa, attacking before the rite could be completed. A battle commenced with Kachal opening portals and using the gravity of dying stars as magical attacks. The fight raged on this way for quite some time until Styx, who had pulled another card from his tarot deck, getting the Sun, while asking for Captain Quill. Quill appeared, giving him a blessing from Paylor and telling them to bring the light to the dark. Taking this blessing, Styx cast Sunbeam. Say that 5 times fast.
This guy's on me.
Well, you got one.
Styx cast Sunbeam, shooting through Kachal's keeper and Kachal themselves to end the fight with one sunbound sunset squall.
Yep.
Recovering the Stonecaller and Stone Singer, you guys returned to Turan Hajar, rested, Kex for one of the first times sleeping without any nightmares, and Sail holding court over his realms while he dreamed. We pick back up with you guys in the morning. You all well rested, a hustle and bustle in the city as they get prepared to transfer to the Feywild. What would you all like to do?
Going back to
We sleep, right?
We slept.
Yeah.
We slept. Okay.
You consider yourself full rested.
Okay.
Or long rested, I should say.
Well, I mean, whenever we're ready, I can word to recall us.
Going back to the big
Wait.
city.
Let me make sure that I can include Bastion in.
6.
Okay, cool. So exactly this.
What are we gonna do about our homies that we've left in the freezing cold for a month?
Kobolds?
Yeah.
Well, I can take us there soon, and I wanted to talk to you guys about Eatran is going to be leaving soon.
Yep.
Think we have a day?
Like catch him on the march.
Maybe. I think it would be a good idea to take care of him before he goes back and can help in the big fight.
Okay. Idea. I can clairvoyance the town and check.
Oh, you can scry on it?
Yeah, scry, clairvoyance. I played a lot of characters recently.
The only thing is we have a limited amount of time to prepare, and it would take time to pilot your ship back here.
I was gonna say, is there anybody that you can have pilot the ship?
I might be able to take the ship through a river. That was
Well,
something
Mantra's right there, so.
Yeah. That was something that I brought up immediately. I was like, if there's a river big enough.
Immediately.
Oh, like fucking. Oh, God.
If we did the animate objects.
Has the boat seen water? Has the boat seen water? Been in water? Floated in water?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It sailed the astral sea
Yeah, but
and regular seas as well.
Dude,
I don't remember a single regular sea that we've sailed.
As far as I'm aware, that might be one of the only boats left in existence that has sailed like in the Mist-Sea.
That's kind of sad.
it drives the market value up.
That's why do you
Scarcity,
think I would
sell.
ever sell it?
Well,
I don't.
regardless,
But it gets you more attention.
how big is the ship? For, like max capacity?
It is not a very large ship to begin with. You'd be able to fit about, I think I said,
Couple dozen.
20 people comfortably.
Okay.
You could squeeze people into the hold if you really wanted to, and probably get that number closer to about 36 if you wanted to.
Okay.
Like I said, 20 comfortably. That's what it's meant for. You can do up to 36.
Full crew, complement comfortably 20 people.
You can take your family with too.
Only thing I'm a little worried about is if we go after Heotran, what's stopping them from after we kill him, them just marching back to Breezecliff and burning it to the ground?
Killing Heotran and the Inquisitors.
He's got a lot of troops with him. We're talking about everybody in the Barrack North, all the Enduin soldiers, everything.
Ants.
I don't
They're
think
all leaving.
right.
They're all going to be on board that ship.
I think we need to start thinking more like generals.
I'm just worried about your home.
Well, if every bit of Enduin presence is on that ship and the ship doesn't come back to port,
That's fair. I don't know. I'm with you. I agree, but I would feel more comfortable if they were marching over ground.
how long do I think it would take to get from the Enduin to Breezecliff by airship and regular ship?
Regular ship, it is a decent chunk of time, mainly because you'd have to brave the Serpent Strait, and that by itself is hard to do.
What book has the extended rules for tools checks?
I believe it's Xanathar's.
Thank you.
Might be Tasha's, but it's
Might be
I
both.
don't think it's Tasha's. I looked for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Via regular ship, you're probably looking at a month.
Yep.
Travel time via airship. That time varies. You know that like some of the larger airships that are just made for like courier class stuff, they move much slower than like the Crimson Scourge does, right? You do not know the capabilities of whatever galleon he has.
right.
It's a warship. It's presumably faster than most. It's also Enduin made. So that would probably put it on par with like the Perihelion.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so it's a big boy.
Yes, I I don't know if just the 4 of us on an airship can really.
It's the equivalent of having like a destroyer.
That might be a little much to tackle.
Destroyer.
I want it.
But you do have an entire flock of water buddies, right?
Do we
I
have?
can't. I don't think I can just call a small army of friends.
No, but you could maybe talk to your mom about causing a storm and making them get lost. Delaying would still help.
What were you gonna say?
I would like to inspect a map of, I suppose, like the. Do we have a world map available anywhere?
Unless
On your persons?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe on the boat.
on the Scourge,
No.
there
Or
would likely be.
Well, the Scourge we
There
would.
was one.
back in Guildsrow, we can get one.
Yep.
What I would like to do is I would like to use my cartographer's tools, and I would like to see what would be the most strategic location if we were to try to ambush an army that was like likely on the way to the final battle from Hiotran.
Sure. Is there, just above table, is there anything within the cartographer's tools you're specifically looking to do? Or are you just looking to make a tools
It
check?
says you can use your knowledge of maps and locations to unearth detailed information when you use these skills. For instance, you might spot hidden messages in a map, identify when the map was made, or if geographical features have changed since then, and so forth.
Okay. That's a little bit different than being able to pinpoint a good ambush point.
I think we can
And-
battle map.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I'll go and pan over. Specifically because... Where am I? Keep on going. There we go. So you're talking about this trek here, right? Breeze Cliff down to Guildsrow.
Yep.
Largely, it is over open ocean if they wanted to take the most direct route. So, there aren't a ton of geographical locations except for the coast next to Crag Keep or whatever this island is that may offer a strategic point. And even then, we're talking about miles, right?
Probably like a day or two's trek
Would
from
you
that to
have a
Breeze
map of the ocean in your court?
He's the river prince.
I could probably send Saffron off to ask.
Because if we have like a list of currents or like tide maps or something, there might be something we could come up with.
Do we know if Hiotran's sailing?
I think we can
home,
easily get
or
this
if
back in
he's
Guildsrow.
sailing to Guildsrow right now.
I think we could probably easily get what
Flying.
you're looking for back in Guildsrow.
Flying? I thought he was sailing.
I just think right now we can.
He has a sky ship.
so airship.
I think that's probably like
yeah,
correct.
I
I wasn't sure if we could
think
do something there, but
Good idea.
I think trying to take it before it gets there. If we could get friends from Crag Keep as it's going towards Guildsrow,
or if we could set up like a line of explosive barrels for them to not see in the middle of the night.
it's flying.
In the air.
Okay.
Balloons.
Balloons, barrels. Let's go, boys.
They're not going to see a gigantic mass of
Haven't you guys played Diddy Kong Racing? Easy.
We could set up nets. Fisherman nets.
in the
Sky.
sky. We'll get the cloud giants to help.
I'm a little worried this is a little much just for us to go after by ourselves.
I think getting help from Crag Keep, if they are going to go south towards Guildsrow,
But
would be the way to do it.
even then, if they don't want to be reached by giants, they won't. They'll just fly higher.
Some giants can fly,
And
and we have a ship that can.
don't they have a ordning that's being called right now? They have a thing that they're all going to, don't they?
Exactly. And they are people with which we have good relations, and they probably have a problem with the thing that the Anduin are doing, so we might be able to ask Jotun to lend us a hand.
I'm not against the idea of taking him out. I'm worried about it being a little too much for us to handle.
It's going to be way too much for us to handle if it's him and 5 Nagpas in a month. I think we need to try to whittle them away as much as possible now while we have the opportunity.
I think everybody's in agreement that strategically it would be best to intercept and take them out. How and if is the real question. Airship battle doesn't seem great with a destroyer.
No. It would be massively outclassed.
And going to Breeze Cliff risks the town itself. So
I don't know if we have enough people there to give us firepower because there might be 3 people who could actually help us.
maybe we can figure out where they're going and
Are you
intercept them
still
there.
friends with Zube?
Zube might have got lit on fire.
Did you ever talk to Zube?
Styx, I was gone for that session, so I don't know if Styx was with you guys.
Styx was on board the clipper that you guys sent out,
Yep.
but specifically for healing and all those purposes. I don't believe you spoke with him.
But I would be able to.
met him.
You met him. Yeah, you were face to face with him.
Cool.
I would say anybody in Cloud's Hold met Zube that day.
Aside from me.
No, you met him.
Okay.
He literally tore a hole, like tore through the entire town. Everybody there met Zube.
All I know is that you guys keep talking about him, and he sounds pretty cool. So.
Sky Snake.
I think that what we need to do is we need to
Go
get
back.
to Guildsrow.
We need to make a plan.
We can make a plan, and we can check in with all the people that we need to check in with.
Yeah, I mean, Nizzy might just be down to just go fly out there and just.
Hey, Bastion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do you know about Heatran and his contingents?
So, as far as I understand, Heatran is the same Heatran from
Yes.
the original Conquering,
What age?
first and second.
Oh, he's old.
He's one of the head honchos.
Him and the Lady of Shadows basically nixed some of their descendants and just took their place.
Lady of Shadows.
Yeah, the one that was masquerading as Elda Conan.
That's.
The Lich.
The Lich. Okay.
She's still
Yeah.
alive?
Nope.
Oh, she's in the Shadowfell right now.
She was being. Remember, the librarian said that she was remanifesting.
We need to find her soul and kill that.
Yeah, she's the one that took out Kara.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not surprising. And she took out.
So if
That's
going by
even worse.
anime power scaling rules, Hilda can take out Kara. I'm joking.
So, yeah, so Heatran's been working with the people up in Breeze Cliff. As far as I understand, that actually is a humanitarian effort.
He's trying to help Breezecliff?
Yes and no. It's humanitarian, but not without ulterior motives.
He's trying to help
Self-serving.
the Enduin Empire under the guise of helping Breezecliff, because
Okay.
if they establish a military presence there and then they say, well, we're doing this for free, so if you guys could pay us.
So theoretically.
No, more like we're here defending you because this used to be our lands, right? So why don't you volunteer and we can teach you how to defend your lands too?
No, that's, yeah.
And then they become part of the Enduin Empire.
Yeah.
Proper.
They're trying to colonize.
So we can all agree that if we let them establish air superiority, it's going to be a bad fucking day for us.
Oh, I think they do have the air superiority.
We have the Perihelion, and we have Nizzy, and we have Asperia. That's
And
it.
us.
Speaking of, we do need to check on all of those things.
Speaking, he has a ship called Thunder's Judgment.
Is that what's at my home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder's Judgment is, I would say, about on par with the Perihelion.
Okay. So I think I want that
Okay.
I don't think you have enough people to man it.
yet.
Like, if I'm just being honest,
I know a lot of kobolds.
that's fair.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Is there anything that I can use that's around us that I can scry on, and then we can all look in?
We have the spyglass.
I would like us all to check, if possible.
His brother.
Can I scry through my siblings?
No.
Okay.
Well, you need a reflective surface.
That's
needs to be
worth
1,000
1,000 gold.
So if we make a
And
holy fountain,
He's a creature at this point, not an object. Stop objectifying his brother, okay?
Himbos are people too.
can you use the gauntlets? Are they reflective enough?
I would say no because they're articulated.
They got art on them.
They have art on them.
Yeah, on
they're
the top of the part. But
So what I have
Yeah.
tried through are the large rubies that were out of the back of the dreamer, and a very nice fountain in Guildsrow, and then the spyglass.
Why do you need a big service?
I want us all to look so we can all.
Can we do that after we go back to your house?
I guess we could.
And also just mind link us, or we could just go back to Guildsrow and then you go.
Mind
back
link
to
will
the
not give you visuals.
That's
Not
true.
TV.
Then we just go back to the fountain.
Yeah, I would never want to mind link with Kex if that was the case. The horrors are unimaginable.
Even worse than the Elon Musk monkey brain chip.
Oh no. Jesus Christ. Okay, so is there anything else here we need to take care of? Is there anything? I mean, we can talk with the town really quick and just let them know.
I would say talk to them about preparing and what we talked to the other two.
We'll give them
before.
dates and whatnot.
Tell them they need to kick the fucking fade courts in the ass and do something about this.
I think they're in a better spot now.
I think if all three of the pillars that are left talk to Titania, she might at least listen.
Now that they have the Stone Caller and the Stone Singer back, they can,
Well, Stone Singer doesn't really have much to do with Faye.
well, they're still good now.
Yeah, he's still a very strong dude.
Yeah. So, is there anything you guys can think of that we need to do now?
No.
Is there anything we need to get before we go back home?
From here?
Yes.
Unless you guys want to go back up and tell the monks, like, hey,
Alyssa, do you want dirt turtle milk?
what?
Oh, yeah, you want dirt
Turtle milk.
Well, will that work? It's rock tree.
Well, you don't have them anymore. Didn't?
Get the primordial water out of it anyway.
She'd have to make another one.
She had a very specific anchor.
Yeah.
The anchors are destroyed. We use both the primordial waters.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if you had another way to harvest, because I know those are important things for you.
I would have to try to craft another spigot.
Well, it's something that we could ask the pillars to just talk about and see if there's anything they can get us while this preparation period's happening.
They might have different ways to harvest it that are more natural.
Or they might have some that are just here. I mean, his mom had the primordial waters for a long time. These other
There's probably somebody who's been using V2 Gauzy for a long period of time and has
too.
stores of it.
that too.
Oh yeah, we gotta go talk to them. They probably have it.
There's a hag down there
Yeah.
that I've spoken with before.
Deal.
No.
Is she going to be negotiating?
With your loins.
She was willing to negotiate against philosophy.
Oh, so we might have gained favor.
Velocibal's gone. So.
Guildsrow is in a better place
I wonder if she wants Telosival's job.
No, it's
without Telosival.
Yes, it is.
Rather
It's in a worse place in general, but okay. I guess whenever we are ready, I will word of recall.
So how does that work? Do you
I
just
think-
like we all hold hands and do a little dance, or
So I think I would like to talk to the stone caller before we leave to let them know we're leaving.
Yep.
And to ask them to do stuff when they get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Let's
cool.
go talk. Let's
Because
go
I
talk.
don't believe there's a time loss. Is there a time loss for the turtles when they go through?
I think it's every.
Only when they go through the Fae.
Okay.
So if they teleport to the Fae and then you teleport to them, yes, because they're technically on the Fae.
Okay.
But as it is, you guys are on Yulstein, on Taran Hajar.
I meant,
so,
does the turtle lose time when it goes to the Fae?
it can.
Okay.
It can be time displaced.
Okay. Because I feel as though I need to go back to the Feywild at some point to get our ducks in order and make sure we have people coming, but I'm worried about the time.
Maybe we can look into the possibility, like Alyssa can look into the possibility of negating or mitigating the effects of the time dilation.
Time lube.
What if we try and find a?
Please don't. Zael, please.
What if we try to find a place that's strong with Fey presence on the material plane, and that can be a meeting point?
The tree.
The sanctuary we restored.
No, but the tree. The wasn't there like a portal?
That would essentially help that spirit,
Yeah,
not necessarily.
I'm just talking about. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Vidugazi would probably be the place to try to do that at.
Yeah. But
That's a conversation for Tristani and the name of the hag that I gave.
Mother Morose.
Morose.
That sounds so familiar.
That's because I think you went there with me.
Yes.
Oh, I think
we're all
I'm
there.
thinking of Hades.
Technically, named that hag before Hades came out, so
Yeah.
they stole it from me, not the other way
All right.
around.
Pay us our dues.
Yeah.
Bastards. All right, I'll put Mother Morose under the Jeb dead wife note.
You don't know that. That was a fun fact that I added.
No, I would not have written that down in my notes if it had not been indicated in some way in game.
It's Hades 2. It's not Mother Morose. It's Morose, who's a personification of doom.
The Doom guy?
Doom, doom,
Doom guy.
doom, 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 doom.
In the
That
Dark
is
Age,
the
Mace.
theme song from Doom Guy 2018.
Okay. So let's go talk to the Stonecaller. Right? Walk up. Kick the door in.
Oi.
We're leaving, boss.
Yeah, you guys venture on out of the little hut they've given you guys to rest in, and you see the city here is hustling and bustling. Being placed down at the foot of the anvil is Simon's body. As you see, the
nugget.
Stonecaller is, the nugget.
What's left of
The Stonecaller is taking out some salves, oils, and even the dirt itself, and has literally buried him at the foot of this anvil. She begins to chant over it. A very large ceremony happening here.
I will wait.
we're taking it back with us, right?
I'm designing a restaurant special
Oh,
after Simon.
I can't
Berry,
bring him.
Why you can pick 6?
Nuggets
No,
and
I can pick
berries.
5 on top of me. Sebastian. That's it.
5
Wait,
on top of you is 6.
you're right.
Yeah.
I can't count.
No, it's you and 6 creatures, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Me and 5.
Yeah. So we'd still be able to bring them.
Not the badger.
The badger's a spirit.
Yep.
I would like to be watching intently. I want to see what type of, because I'm assuming that she's bringing him back, and I want to kind of see like where the energy is coming from. Is it coming from her? Is it coming from the anvil? Is it coming from the ground? That kind of thing.
You look on, and the answer is yes to all of them. You see, as she is chanting in Terran, the ground begins to form sigils. The gemstones in the actual tree up above you begin to glow just a little bit more brightly, and runes carved into the foot of this anvil begin to. As anybody that understands Primordial, she's speaking of shaping, of bringing back life and changing energies from one form to another, to alleviate the form that has been damaged and bring it into a new vessel that may see life again. As she is not a cleric, she is a druid and does not have access to
Holy magic.
holy magic,
Reincarnate.
and instead is reincarnating his form. The mound elongates and then up out of the dirt itself, not a gnome, but a human.
Oh.
It's like, oh,
You may randomize your body with reincarnate.
That.
What's up, Simon?
oh my God.
What happened to you?
That's
Who are you?
Simon.
Yeah.
I'm Simon. Looks down, his clothes much too small for him now. I was Simon. Am Simon. What the fuck? As he starts to look around, he goes, last I saw you guys, we were in the middle of a labyrinth. It was watery, damp, awful.
You're out.
Bird person crushed me like a can.
Yeah. We fixed you with a bigger can.
Styx is gonna bow lightly and just say thank you for helping them.
You're in a 20-ounce can now as opposed to the 12 you previously were in.
Right.
Don't mind him.
He'll look over at the Stonecaller and be like, I helped.
You are.
Am I good to go? And she'll be like, yes, thank you so much for what you have done. It is only what I could do to repay you is to bring you back. I'm sorry it was not in your previous form, but hopefully this one suits you just as well. Why is everything so dim?
Oh, you got different eyes.
Yeah. You notice how like you don't have to look up at people now?
You are also going to be
He's looking down at me.
severe back pain soon.
Unless he's the same height, just a human.
He'll pull himself up out of the dirt, and he'll just soon. Yeah, soon. Oh God.
Yeah, it hurts growing a new body.
All right, I'm free to go. Yes, you are free to go. Awesome. Can I have clothes? I feel like my giblets are about to fall out any second now.
Not the giblet. Yeah, let's procure him some.
Nah, he needs to go to Guildsrow.
Simon, where did you come from before you got here?
I spent some time in Veldan. I spent some time on the Mist Sea.
Oh,
We traveled quite a bit. It was a good time.
did you ever meet the Queen of Veldan?
Do you think I just casually get to go meet?
Yeah.
I
royalty?
forgot that we just casually.
You forgot your own clothes.
Oh, by the way, your brother is out.
Your buddy Garfunkel.
Yeah, out of the lab.
How long?
Like 50 years.
A while.
Like 50
That
years.
fucking asshole. He didn't even come back and get me. We promised each other on the way in we'd go get each other.
Well,
Maybe that was part of his repentance.
he might.
He's giving up on you.
Yeah. I mean, we can try and help you find him. He owes you a drink, though, right? Remember?
I do.
Wine.
Yeah.
I was told I need wine.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Have you heard of Guildsrow?
Of course I've heard of Guildsrow.
Been to Guildsrow?
I went there one time. I did a Rakdos show.
Oh,
God.
Damn near died.
yeah. I think Rakdos got
Yeah.
excommunicated.
Yeah, he's
so it
dead.
Should be good.
Would you like to go with us to Guildsrow?
I mean,
Or do you want to stay here and make your own travels?
hey, Madam Lord Stonecaller, what year is it? How long have I been in there? And she'll be like, oh, it's year 470. No, sorry. It's year 501 at this point in time of the Fourth Age. I've been in there like 70 years. What the fuck?
I mean,
Sucks.
hey, no, there's no bright side, is there? No. I mean, at least you don't look your age.
Do you want to?
Yeah, that's pretty raw.
Yeah. I don't really know.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll go back to White Cliff. It'll be a good time.
White Cliff, where's that?
The Missy.
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
The Misty got lit on fire.
What?
Oh, you guys, all of us. Okay, we all need
It
to
got
like,
lit.
We're
That's happened from time to time. The entire thing hasn't gone before, though.
No, it is.
It was a kind of fire that burns away magic, so everything that was holding the flying castles up got burned away.
Yeah, like the whole Gnomish colony's gone. Cloudskeep's gone. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He does not handle this very well.
Yeah,
He begins to hyperventilate as he hits the ground. He literally throws up.
I need you to watch a bedside manner before you try to implement one.
What's the bedside manner?
Hey, bud.
I'm gonna give him guidance and be like, look, this is a lot. It's been a long time. There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
I'm gonna hit him with a command calm. Like, hey, bud, calm down a little bit.
For 6 seconds, he takes deep breaths and then goes back to hyperventilating.
I was gonna try to. Okay.
I'm gonna pour.
Well, is there something that you like to do during that point in time while he's...
I'm gonna pour a small glass of the super strong alcohol that I got from the gnomish colony.
Aw, you gonna give him a taste of home?
Yeah.
All right, bud, calm down. Take a stiff.
You said work on my bedside, man.
That's true.
You're gonna get him wined and dined.
Come on, Jeremy.
Does guidance work on saving throws?
Sure, why not? Oh God!
Ability
I forgot
check.
This was a strong alcohol.
You gave him Everclear.
He just came back from the dead. He's had nothing in his new system.
Yeah.
He straight up just drank Everclear after already throwing up. So like his esophagus is already messed up. This is meant for stone rock gnomes, not humans.
I don't know what he was.
So he downed it, and you'd watch him just.
Tastes like
bud. Oh,
He can't even throw up.
tastes like you don't
He
understand.
lays down in the dirt and sobs for a minute.
Vicious mockery from this guy, apparently.
In under Kex's breath is like,
All right,
wow.
everything we've done is just fuck this guy up more.
Under Kex's breath, Sayo would hear him say, "Now it really does taste like home."
Yeah. Damn. All right, Lizzie's leaving.
Lizzie's out.
just,
She's done with it.
Okay, Simon. How about this?
Okay, bud. I'm sorry.
Just come with us to Guildsrow. We got a bed for you. And from there you can figure out, because it seems like there were survivors in the Mist Sea, or people that were away trading, that kind of thing. I don't know how many, but you can regroup with people and figure it out from there.
Who did this?
The people you helped us fight.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yes,
All right.
that's the
I'm gonna
idea.
kill him.
That's the idea.
Oh God.
Well, our bar is a good place to plan to do that from.
Well, I believe Kellenbor's taking paladin applications.
He stands up, dick flopping in the wind at this point.
No.
Yeah. This is how you need to.
It was the whiskey.
This is how we.
Drunk as fuck, ready to fight.
We changed nothing. This is how he needs to go to.
Is he going to
Guildsrow.
become a drunken fist monk?
Let's go.
This is how he needs to come to Guildsrow.
Yeah.
It's exactly like this.
I think that it's the best place for you. Because
Really just.
right now, these people are going to be preparing. You didn't come from here. You've served your
I did
time.
not.
You've learned your lesson, and you've helped them greatly.
Kicks do what he's
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
be honest.
I trust you.
And we can, if we can't find clothes here for you, we will definitely find clothes for you in Guildsrow.
Assad, do you have like robes?
She's already sent people.
Okay.
She wasn't just watching this entire thing happen. She quietly, like, her husband comes out with like some of his clothes that you can see. He goes like, it may be a little bit baggy on you, but
Probably mortified at what we just did to this.
dude. The entire village was here to see this rot of magic that she was putting on, and they were going to celebrate him for helping Hassa, right? And then immediately it's like, here you go, bud.
He just yelled shit in his own vomit.
There's a scattering, like, as he stands up, there's a scattering of clapping that immediately, like, oh, as they cover, like, little one's faces.
Minor illusion.
You just prestidigitate that shit away.
Put a cup on him.
Cleaning.
I'm gonna look out to the stone caller. I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry.
She just,
Where's his badger friend?
Very.
Barry?
Barry.
Yes.
Yeah. Barry, come comfort your.
Barry trundles on up. He's looking for little Simon that used to ride on his back.
Barry, your Simon has a little bit of a different body now, and I'll point towards Simon.
Can you like change shapes to a horse or something?
It's the same guy.
And then you'll watch the back of his two little badger legs stands up and just
He can get up. He's now.
Simon now wearing some like draping robes on him and just picks him up, holds him like a little kid and just, this feels right. This feels good.
That feels,
Just wait till
This feels good.
Just wait till you meet Leonard. Yeah, how is Barry with cats?
How are you with cats?
I will intercede on their behalf.
Different kind of cat.
Cat.
Yeah,
Skip
but
cat.
like cats.
Meow, meow, meow.
Like
Meow,
cat
meow, meow.
cats.
Like Leonard.
Like not talking cats.
He talks.
Simon turns around holding Barry out like a cat, just like underneath the armpits.
Big
Just-
stretch.
Simon, Barry, more than happy. Just,
This is the nicest badger I've ever seen.
no, this is an English badger, not an American badger.
Gotcha.
Not a honey badger.
Yeah.
We'll get you a belt of reducing to see if you can just walk around closer to small height, you know?
Man, you don't notice this when you're short. No, even I know not to say that out loud. Never mind. He's gonna lean over to Sahil and be like, "Got a lot of bald spots. I didn't get to see you before."
Yeah. Yeah. It's also, you're going to learn a lot of things, all right? Just,
Buckle up.
yeah.
Well, Taran Hajar, it has been a time. Should my companions here bring me with, this will be my goodbye. I still don't regret taking it.
What did you take?
Listen, they had some tools laying out. They had a bunch of tools everywhere. We needed tools to fix our stuff. Ipso facto, I was like, hey man, they also got the forge, they can just make more tools. It's the principle of the matter. Yeah, you didn't need it. All right.
We might want to tell him, like, because of the state of Guildsrow, and he might be really trying to loot a bunch of stuff. When we get there, we might want to.
We'll get there when we get there.
All right.
I guess we'll start going over the spiel with the stone caller and just let them know, like, hey, this is when it's happening. This is what we're planning on. If you can help, please do. If you can't, that's fine too. But be prepared.
Let the other heads know that the attack is expected to be at Guildsrow in a month, and any aid or assistance to help protect the World Tree will be needed.
We'll be gathering the Stone Guard here and be sending you assistance, to be sure.
Stone Guard. Awesome.
That being said, I believe myself and heads will be remaining in the Feywild, concentrating on the points of conduit and trying to
Push them back.
push them back as best we can.
Let them know that the best place for them to meet us would either be Hollow's Gate Cemetery or the Pride's Call. Either or would work.
I will see it done. I feel bad asking this of you. Do you know anybody especially attuned to fire? We have lost our head of flames. That may be able to preside over that conduit point.
I mean, we do.
We're going to look over to Bastion.
Look at Bastion.
Andrew, the DM, didn't even think of that implication. I was thinking to miss it.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I'd rather have Nizzy.
But yeah,
Lolax.
Yeah.
yeah, I
was who
really
I
felt
thought
when he
of
started
first.
laughing.
I didn't think of Lolax because, well,
But
We knew a guy.
we need Bastion for a little bit.
ooh, you guys are like 3 months too late.
Bastion will start looking at everybody. What? I'll be honest, I really thought my role was going to be more ripping people's heads off.
Oh, I
That's
still
fair.
need you to do that.
I don't.
You don't want to do that. with
We
fire?
know somebody else who might be interested in hoarding a little bit more power.
Yeah, we
I'm not saying no, like the day of. I'm sure I can go and help, but
trust me.
I was actually going to talk to you.
Oh.
It sounds like we have people we need to hunt.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to help you with that.
I would like you to help me with that.
All right. I'm not saying no. I'll go help when the time's right, assuming you can get me there.
Sure.
Assuming, and then he'll look at. But
Well-
I don't know who's going to pick me up.
Well-
I can't drive the planes, so
Also, tell the stone caller, like, we have a couple people we could ask in Guildsrow, but if we can't find somebody, We got him.
She looks quizzically at the angsty golden teenager. It's just,
You know, he's like kind of stronger than us.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
hey,
He imploded one of those Nagpa's heads.
Yeah, that was really well. I was dead, so I didn't see it.
It was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
that's wonderful. I asked you for a reason. If that's your candidate so far, then so be it.
It's either Niv Mizzet or him. Niv Mizzet was the creature we rescued from the Shadowfell side of the Pillar of Fire.
Oh,
Who they were using to collapse, so he would have a very vested interest.
that is fair. I know of Nivmazit.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a soul flame dragon now.
No.
Okay.
Then no.
Okay.
No offense. I'm sorry that he had that done to him.
I'm providing you all the information we have. That
I
was our
appreciate-
other-
I
that was
appreciate-
the other fire
But
guy
he
we have in
might
house.
he might know a guy though.
Or Hilda, you know.
Oh? Actually,
Or Hilda.
would she know Hilda? That's a great question. No, she doesn't know who Hilda is. Because she's been on this side of the...
Saint of Forge and Fire, Hildegard, Sinslayer.
Kind of a big deal.
What's
You know
a-
what the sins are. The 7 deadly ones.
Well, I understand that some religions attest to those.
Okay, then never mind. Do you know what happened to the previous River Prince, Lenrin?
As I said before, a bit more attuned to the earth side.
Yes.
I understand that he was sick.
Yeah. There was a big old holy war 500 years ago that made him sick.
Oh.
And she was one of the winners of that.
That is news to us down here.
She's really good with fire.
Yeah.
But like holy wise, so I don't know if that really.
I think she has a fire god.
You don't need
something.
somebody to like. Okay, just to clarify, so we find the right person for this. You don't need somebody to like replace the fire person permanently. You need somebody to focus on the point that they would be focusing on.
We need somebody to focus on it. Being attuned with the Fae is a benefit, or attuned with primordial fire is a benefit. Though if she's a holy warrior of flame, then she may be able to step in and do the job.
Yep. A dwarf cleric of fire.
Oh. Fire, not stone.
I'm pretty sure it's fire. Yeah.
How odd.
Like specific. It's a forge.
Well, yes, and she'll point to her forge. And be like,
Yeah.
yes, we understand that.
Yeah.
We'll see who we can find, but that might be the best candidate for now.
Either
right,
that
well.
or the fire werewolf or the soul flame dragon.
Have her call me?
Okay. Okay.
She could.
What's her name? Maybe I can just call her.
Hildegard.
And I will disguise self as a taller Hildegard. Hilda.
Oh.
A massive
But like
dwarf.
this tall.
See if she will smile and be like, all right, well, thank you. Again, I cannot express it enough. When this is all over, I would love to see our courts closer together.
Yes. I think going between everybody and realizing, oh, you guys do not know news that has happened 500 years, like within the last 500 years or recently at all, is we've grown rather far apart, it seems. I think we would not have fallen so easily if we had been more closely bound.
I believe that to be true.
Lessons learned.
And she will shake your hand, and in the middle of it, she will bow to you, giving you a bit of deference.
I'll like, like but all right. I think we need to go, and you guys need to get somewhere safer. Tell Isara I said hello.
I will.
All right. Are you guys ready to scare the shit out of Daniel?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
He hasn't seen us since we got like all this.
If I remember correctly, your word of recall is not at Hallow's Gate, but instead the other
Yep.
Church of Kalimvor, correct?
I remember.
I thought we did Hollow's Gate.
I'm pretty sure it was Hollow's Gate.
I remember what Andrew
Because it was
said.
the same day that there was like the party that was thrown, and Styx was there and did like the invisibility and pushed him out.
Oh, sure. Then we'll say Hollow's Gate.
Okay.
If we're wrong and anybody has watched this thoroughly enough to be able to call us on it, oopsie poopsie, this has taken almost 4 years. So
Sorry to our super fans. Well, we are our only viewers right now.
yeah.
Sorry to our super fans.
Sorry, Bobbert, if you're watching. You might remember that.
Okay. Well, I will gather us all together in a circle, including Simon, Bastion, and I will use Word of Recall. And I'll read the spell. You and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. You and any of the creatures that teleport with you appear in the nearest unoccupied space to the spot you designated when you prepared the sanctuary. See below. If you cast this spell without first preparing a sanctuary, the spell has no effect. I do remember I did prepare it because that was like, oh, well, if we ever need to go back to Guildsrow. Pretty sure it was Hollow's Gate.
It was your contingency.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got it. All right. So you gather everybody together. What does it look like as Kalimvor's magic starts to take over the party and shunt you all the way back to Hollow's Gate?
I feel like it would be like you see the scale pop up, and then as the golden, like the plate comes up and we're standing on it, it goes down into the ground, and then we pop up on the other side like the scale is popping back up.
Sure. The golden scale of Kalimvor comes, scoops you all up, presents you up above everybody else. You look down on them as everybody's just like, thank you, good luck. We believe in you. Goodbye.
I believe in you, random citizen.
I love you too.
Simon, I regret nothing.
He has not learned a
As
lesson.
long as, if that's how he needs to process all the shit we just threw at him.
It's just obstinance.
He's like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck that. I'm not processing anything with my emotions.
Yep.
Fuck you. You're cool.
You guys fall into the void of Kalimvor's darkness. There is the brief feeling of oppressing dark. Those of you that have passed and have been on the brink of death before feel it as a familiar touch.
Dex is like, welcome home.
I don't think I've ever been revivified.
Nope.
Not revivified. You've been brought up from unconsciousness.
Yeah, just me.
As you process through this change, there is to Styx, this familiar push straight up as the scales up into the mortician's room at Hollow's Gate. The first thing you guys notice is sound.
Get a look around.
We're
see
so
if
good
Daniel's
at
there.
teleporting into war zones.
Looking around, the mortician's room is full. There is Cadrian is walking around, gloves on, up to her elbows. Daniel is also there. He has a sword across his back. He has been outfitted with actual armor now. He's upgraded to plate and has the emblem of Kalimvor emblazoned on the chest.
Let's go.
He has the Glacius Gladius on his across his back as he's working. Your guys' scale comes up. He immediately draws and points. He's just,
Hey, Daniel. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Gotcha.
Back to hell.
How's the knife
Got you.
going?
Got you.
how's the what?
The knife classes.
It's not. Things are. Listen, I still want to. Little bit preoccupied.
Styx is gonna go hug his mom.
Cadrian, she does that weird moment where she's like, I got dead people on me. So she just hugs you with her elbows.
And then I'm going to immediately start helping them.
Yeah. Dive right in.
Just cast heal and spread it around the entire room the moment you walk in.
And Daniel will be like, oh my, okay. Hi.
Buddy.
What do you know? What do you need to know?
What's going on? We just saved the third pillar of
Where are they shelling?
this.
I don't know what that means. They're shelling V2 Ghazi. It's relatively ineffective.
They are going to be attacking in force in a little over 3 weeks.
You told Asperia that.
Okay.
That's why. Yep, they're trying to soften us up. Yeah.
How bad is the city? What's been taken?
We only have precincts 1, 2, and 3. They have the rest.
So what?
The pendant fell. They fell directly into the prime zonot and wrecked the blister coils.
Oh no!
So there are the magical infrastructure down, gone. There is no rail system. There is no nothing right now. We are holding here because this is the best fortified position currently.
Right under the
oddly enough, your HOA, great idea. They got to work on it and has helped quite a bit. Pride's Call changed into a get mad at me about what you want. That's what they're calling it. I don't care.
No, you're right. HOAs do help the public.
I'm going to kill something.
It's taxes all the way down.
What? Yeah. So what does it become?
HOA is a field hospital currently.
Okay.
Can I see through the ceiling at any point?
Here, no,
Okay.
because it is fairly underground.
Okay, so we're largely protected.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like Hollow's Gate. This is probably in like a back corner, and it's probably like a mausoleum that goes underground.
That is 100%. When we talked about it last time,
Yep.
there's the mausoleum doors that open up, but instead of going down into like regular rows of tombs and stuff like that, it just opens up to a workshop.
Kind of imagining an Erd Tree catacomb.
Yep.
Where was the most recent place in the city that was taken?
That would be. Give Andrew a second as he looks over stuff. Gotta open up my map. Actually, bloop.
Oh, it's updated. We haven't seen it.
There's a
So
line.
so the whole left side.
Gone.
Whole left side's gone.
Okay. Wayport, Bulwark, smelting quarters are gone.
They
Sunhome.
retook Sunhome.
Is Sunhome a base of operations for them?
That's a hole.
Find it. Yeah. That's a hole.
It's relatively a hole, but the walls were kind of intact, though a little bit brittle. They have people there, but it's definitely not a base of operations by any means. I think the last place they took was the Chamber of the Guild Pact when everything actually fell through. Orsova, gone. They actually just
Left.
no. They
Yoinked him.
killed them. They destroyed the ghosts.
Last night.
Wait,
Oh, did they
no?
use blue fire for that?
I
Wait, what?
don't know, but we've had
Orzhov.
There was an Obsidian Ghost Council that oversaw that faction in Guildsrow.
Yeah, the entire Orzhov is gone.
Okay.
it's just a crater. Nivix, when Niv Mizzet came back, we tried to make a push to get some key points out of it. Seems like he was somewhat successful, but largely our the military capacity from there has been taken.
Where's the Parahelion?
Well, floating above V2 Ghazi.
Okay.
They're firing back.
As they should be. Okay.
Do we know who like the commanding generals are
Yeah,
on the
who's-
opposite side currently?
Do we know who's leading the
Enemies.
occupying force?
It seems largely one guy. It's just this Vathis dude. And
Wow.
leading's a strong word. They're operating how the Gruul do. They just do it with Boros gear, essentially.
Black Minotaur guy?
Yeah. We've killed him a handful of times. He just keeps coming back. He's like a cockroach.
I wonder if we apply blue fire, if that will keep happening.
What do I have for?
Did Niv Mizzet breathe fire on him at any point?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
All right, where is he?
I don't. The Pale Guard is counseling up at V2 Ghazi.
Where's my mother?
Kalani,
Pride's Call.
she's helping over at the Pride's Call, as far as I know. Her and Elle.
Asperia?
Pale Guard, Vitugazi.
So most of the leadership is at Vitugazi.
It's the best place to look, and that's where the Perihelion can still dock to exchange troops wounded and get more on board.
Anything else going on or has gone on that you think we need to be aware of before we move?
New Prov is largely ransacked, though we retook it and pushed them back. Most of the people we're trying to keep confined to underneath Vitugazi itself, but at the same time that creates a shelling opportunity.
Target.
So we have them dispersed between Vitugazi, the Canopy, and Whitestone.
Okay.
So that being said, it looks like they're pushing for Plaza East. I go help where I can. I basically just drag dead people out.
You've been doing good.
Wounded.
Thank you.
Kalimvor thanks you. I see that you have some new garb.
Yeah. Tiana thought it would be appropriate.
The Raven Queen Temple.
I think that was part of.
Where is it?
That is in Plaza East. So
It's in danger of falling.
yeah, I don't know where it is. I don't know who has it at the moment.
And we need to check on that.
Also,
That's an important.
Portia's Temple of Kalimvor was in Plaza West, so it has been taken.
What weapons are they using?
Largely, they have giants acting as artillery. They have casks that they are throwing, stones that they are throwing.
What kind of giant?
The regular ones that we have around here.
Probably Hill.
Like the Enduin are using the giants for bombarding us?
Gruul.
Yeah, it's all gruel
It's
right now.
Vathis leading the Gruul, remember? He
Still, I thought this was an
Are they not bound to the ordering?
not.
I don't know.
If Vathis doesn't want them to be, they might be more
I don't think
scared
that
of him than
Enduin have
Jotun.
come through.
No, this is Vathis. This was the force that took Niv-Mizzet
Sounds like we need to kill
that
Vathis.
came back.
permanently.
We have to figure a
Keeps
way out
coming
to
back.
keep him down.
Well,
All right.
if not, then we can imprison him.
Asperia might be the best person to try and talk to.
I think so.
But yeah, we can try and. We just need to get him gone.
Hello.
Dead or not,
Yeah.
he needs.
Hello?
I did it for once.
Hey, I turned my volume off this time.
Dead or not, he needs to be out of the city.
Click the wrong link.
If you,
Vathis.
yeah, if you get rid of him, then the Gruul will not be as difficult to take care of.
So, Vathis has been killed. Who have been the ones that killed him?
I mean, the Perihelion just did a coordinated strike and turned into paste at one point in time.
How long did it take him to get back?
A day, I think.
Less.
Yeah. He was killed multiple times by the Gruul heads, but he kept coming back and fighting them again. That's how he got in charge.
He fights by attrition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's-
he does not care. It seems as though that some of his lieutenants are starting to take on the same abilities.
Oh,
Lovely.
yeah, we need to go find Asperia.
All right.
Okay. While this was all being talked about, I'm assuming me, Daniel, Kadrian, we're all working. And how bad is, like, obviously it's full, but when I'm going through, are there any people familiar to me?
Yeah, you notice a few of the Selesnian guard that are here being taken care of currently. Even you get the idea that Daniel, whether or not this is correct per your teachings of Kalimvor, sees no difference in animals that have fallen that we're fighting for good and people.
I mean,
So there are dire wolves in here. There
what
are
teachings also.
that's
Yeah.
I said compared to your teachings. He hasn't been taught shit.
Oh, okay.
He's just rolling off of vibes. Like,
That's fair. Hey,
so he's just like, all right, did they fight courageously? Yes. Cool. They get to come in and I get to take care of them.
yep. I like that.
So there's quite a few. There are dire wolves. There are beasts of burden that seem to have done their job. You see that No, sorry.
Yeah, I think war times and peace times are different. I was doing it during peace times. He was doing it during war times. So there's a lot more bodies coming through. Okay.
All right, guys,
I'm gonna go talk to Spirit.
let's start going.
We gotta get up there. Good job, Daniel. Hey, Simon. We didn't really realize we were coming into a war zone here.
My bar's still standing, it sounds like.
Yeah.
You all notice he is unabashedly going through pockets.
Oh, hell no.
Simon,
Stop.
They don't need it.
I don't care.
There's a war zone out there. I got nothing.
I will give you,
You will get
things. Please do not steal from the dead in the house of a god of death. Do you remember what happened the last time you stole from people who are magically stronger than you?
I'll take that lesson away from it, sure.
Yeah.
He puts his hands
Yeah.
up.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
We will get you taken care of.
Yeah, the more stuff you steal, the less stuff we're gonna give you, brother.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Inside check. Is that everything?
Good.
Okay.
Is that everything?
17.
17. That is everything.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't trust that shit for a minute.
How's the pride's called, Daniel?
It
Hospital. A battle hospital.
is that really any different than it has been? Like for a minute now.
Yeah.
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 It's ugly now, but it's standing, it's working, it's helping people. It's doing its job.
So it always has. So it's just a little bit more gaudy now.
When was the last time you were over there?
Bill's character.
I I was there last night.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They just still got alcohol there?
It's generally being used for antiseptic, but yeah.
What were you doing there last night, Daniel? What were you doing there last night, Daniel?
I was checking in on somebody.
That's fair.
How's she doing, by the way?
Your mom's doing as good as she can.
Not who I'm talking to about.
Yep. That's who you are, Kix. No. We can't pry into everybody's secrets.
It's a habit, sorry. And it's not much of a secret because of. Never mind.
This is my next character's dad right here. We're talking about.
Yep.
How long does it look like Daniel and Kedrian have been working today? You look tired.
Of course they look tired,
But
but they
like-
look exhausted.
Okay. Styx is gonna tell them. Okay, I'm gonna be like, look, you guys, take a break. Go with them to Asperia. I'm gonna clean up here, and I'm gonna meet you guys here shortly.
You have way more important things you need to go do.
Yeah, this isn't the time.
You guys need a break.
Sticks, this isn't the time to take care of bodies.
Nothing's happening.
Don't
right
tell Sticks what to do, man. Like, he's gonna do what he wants. He's an old man.
You can't get between sticks and a body.
What? We just popped into a war zone. This is the last thing you need to be doing right now.
He's a grave tender. This is his graveyard.
He can,
Right, and if he...
he can get these people back out. Is this exclusively dead bodies, or are there people here that are also?
This is exclusively dead bodies.
All right.
Yeah, there's,
This is my specialty. I will take care of it quickly. I will leave in 30 to 45 minutes.
the longer
need
you
any
take here,
tools?
the more bodies are going to end up here.
I think all the tools. Well, I mean, yes, there's going to be bodies coming in, but I'm giving them a break so that they can go and get filled in with what's happening because it's important to them too.
On our way out, I can take a literal 3 minutes and use Move Earth to prep the graveyard for you if you'd like.
I will hand you a shovel that looks like it's been made of bone on the handle.
Cool.
That I've been working on in secret.
That's so sweet, actually. That's one of the nicest inventions you've done so far. It's just a shovel, but it's made of scrimshaw.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
So, Andrew, for the flavor, I feel like this is something that Styx might have used before. Spirit Guardians to help, not for combat, but to help him with.
Yeah, there's a weird. It is something that is only possible here. And as you call up your Spirit Guardians, it is the past grave tenders that have once been here. So you see the grave tender that you learned under kind of rises up and gives you a bit of a wink, a pat on the shoulder.
I'm also going to upcast it to 4th level. Just to get things going a little bit quicker.
They all begin to move out. Each one of them grabs at the scrimshaw shovel, and a copy of it comes along with them.
Ooh.
As they get to work. And you just watch Daniel just, I could have done that. What, did I just need to ask nicer?
Can you do that?
What have you learned? I feel very horrible that we had to leave and I just kind of left you to your own devices, but obviously you've done well.
In game, Daniel, what have you learned? Above table. Andrew, what the fuck is Daniel now?
We know he's a paladin of sorts.
Also, Styx, that was a really good job.
I'm burning it.
I've learned that the dead need to stay down and how to do that.
Excellent.
Sometimes that involves asking them nicely. Other times that involves hitting them with a sword until they stop.
This is not your calling here at Hollow's Gate. I really appreciate you taking care of everything. But don't, we could take care of it. But really, I do thank you. And Kellenvor is grateful. Have you spoken with him recently?
We don't talk the same way you do. I talk to him, and when I need help, he's there.
I'm used to Kellenvor in a more no, like how I see him, not complacent. Something. What's the word that describes being more laid back?
Pastoral.
Yeah, in a more pastoral sense. The last time I saw him, he's donned his armor. If you don't know already, Kara has fallen. And sounds like the gods themselves are preparing.
Yeah. Tiana's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
That checks out.
Kara is Tiana's mother?
Tiana's sister. Or Tiana is Kara's sister.
Okay.
Niece. Aunt.
Kara was one of the daughters of Aurelia, so Kara would be her aunt.
Kara was one of the daughters of the
Aurelia, Kara.
And Aurelia is Tiana's mom.
Yes.
Aunt.
Okay. Oh, Tiana. I was confusing. I was thinking of the third sibling, not Tiana.
No.
Tiana.
Hrist.
Yes, I was thinking of Hrist, not Tiana. My bad.
So, go with them. Catch up. I'll be there shortly.
Daniel will look over at you all. All right. So, meeting with the bigwigs.
All right.
I guess so.
Give me 3 minutes. Daniel, show me where to
Actually,
dig.
I'll have my mom stay with me. Not to help, but just to catch up with her specifically. And then we'll go fly over and meet them.
I'll go up and I'll spend 12 seconds per grave.
Yeah. You'll point them out, and
As it's opening, you see the grave tenders are,
Fucking
they're
man.
bringing.
their dragon bodies over, saying their rites, and then, unfortunately, unceremoniously, it's not that they are cruel about it, but it is they don't have time to do a service.
Gotta get shit done. Big rips.
So, yeah, you take care of that, open some graves for them, as the rest of you head off to Vitu-Ghazi, I'm assuming? Or do you guys want to go to Pride's Call?
Let me know beforehand, please.
We're going to find the Pale Council?
The Pale Guard.
Pale Guard. The council of people to talk to.
The Smelting Quarter is fallen, right? Okay. Beast Haven is where the Pride's Call is, right?
Yep.
I think 1 is where Vitu-Ghazi is, right?
In this little square right here. Yep. I believe Vitu-Ghazi is precinct 3.
Oh, it's its own precinct.
And where was the pendant?
The pendant was in above Zonot 7.
Like left of 10th Street.
Is there was inside of our side of Guildsrow, would I know of a place where it's, you know what, Vitu-Ghazi is actually probably the place for this. I need to acquire some materials, so I'll also be going to Vitu-Ghazi then.
Okay.
Today's the day we milk the big turtle.
Stop. I implore you.
So does that mean the tree is the nip?
That makes it a mammal.
I regret.
That's what you get for giving us milk.
No, you just
He provided us the dungeon milk.
the Dunder milk if you would.
Can we make a fucking energy drink?
You just Turan Rakir is like berry flavored.
Yep.
It's like Turan Hajar has nice like earthy tones.
The fire one.
I'm just saying this is actually
Spice.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
actually
cinnamon.
beer. Like we need to make sours.
Turan Sha'ab has a nice like it's almost like a dry wine.
Oh, speaking of the Turans, I'm making notes because I didn't do it before. Styx's Soul Links, Kex, Turan Sha'ab,
Turan Sha'ab.
Stonecaller.
Stonecaller.
And you have one other one, don't you? Pretty sure you have 4.
Did you bring Daniel back?
Yes, you did.
Daniel.
There's more than that. I think there's another one.
I thought there was one more. Oh, it was at the. No, I think a healing word. One of your siblings.
You gotta keep track of it, man.
I'm just now like I have.
I swear there was a 5th one.
I don't remember.
I'll think about it. Cool.
All right. As you all leave Hallows Gate, you look up as it is standing in the shadow of Vitu-Ghazi itself. You're right there. You simply need to turn around and make the trek up. People are hustling and bustling in and out. You see that there is a cobbling of armors here. There is no longer the Azorius in the Selesnya, in the Azet, in the Boros. They seem to be operating in conjunction with each other at all times. The cobbling of armor even translates to like the Boros were known for heavy troops. Those of the Beast Riders here would be their equivalent. They've given them better plate, things like that. Those that were more skirmishers and stuff of the Boros or the Azorius have been given bows sung by the tree singers here in Vitu-Ghazi to give them a better amp. They've crossed and melded all of their specific functions and become one entity.
Okay.
Looking around you, all of the regalia that each of the precincts held so firmly and so tightly to their chest have been taken down. Instead, you guys see the symbol of the world tree has been erected up, and a pale violet, almost like a lilac, on a white banner.
I mean, they could have at least included our insignia in there, but it's whatever.
We'll negotiate.
We
adding
are
some
the
wings.
Shadow
We were
Hokages,
kind of
okay?
exiled, so
We'll negotiate adding some wings. Maybe just one wing.
So, as you guys begin to travel up, what are you doing with Simon?
yeah. What are we doing?
Oh, Simon. So do you want to go to my bar, or do you want to go see the ruling council of the city?
I think a bar sounds great.
Yep.
And I think I've dealt with enough royalty, no offense, today.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to get there.
All right. Hey, bud, come here.
You have Saffron lead him.
I'm just gonna animal messenger. I want Saffron.
Children.
I will cast Animal Messenger to Talony at the Pride's call. And I will have them tell her that we are back home. We are speaking. We are speaking to the council. We will be home shortly. And everybody is in one piece.
One Piece.
Oh, One Piece is real. All right, follow that bird.
Oh crap! And you watch the bird is going up over
I would
buildings.
have gotten a squirrel instead or something to make it a little easier for me.
I was about to say you picked a bird. The bird doesn't give a fuck about Simon.
I was committing to the random squirrel. Like,
Sure, the squirrel appears. Instead,
way.
you see them. half their tail is blown out like a bad hairdo. You watch them.
whole granola bar. Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh, he's rabid now.
This is
I need to use greater
this is
restoration.
my spirit animal. This is an accurate representation.
What the fuck? What?
He's lived in a war zone for a few months.
What has he been eating?
Probably. Oh no, he's really close to Hollow's Gate.
We might have more in common than we thought.
The carnivorous.
No!
He's a carnivorous squirrel. But same message. All right, follow that squirrel.
Almost worse because
It's half the speed.
right,
But
except it is.
over shit.
Yeah, he's going up trees, jumping from roof to roof. You watch Simon just like, oh fuck, trying to track it as he's
not
going
helping
along.
him out.
He's
He's gonna
running into people. Sorry, just continuing
He's
along.
gonna get lost. You could have just asked somebody to just take him there.
Simon, come back.
He's gone, dude.
I hate it here.
If we lose our Simon.
We've just hurt. That's all we've done. He had a good life in the labyrinth.
And he's gonna go.
He's cozy.
He was chilling. We're just like, we gave him like, hey, higher purpose.
Yeah.
He's running around with his little buddy on his
I'll do
shoulders.
some nice things.
You know the worst part? He's gonna go to a bar where they're using all of the alcohol for medical purposes.
Do you need me in the council for anything, or can I go find like a workshop inside V2
Are you hoping to avoid
We all need to be present.
To avoid what?
this Spheria?
No.
Asperia's probably not too bad.
There's a lot of things that need to happen, and I have a couple of ideas that I just want to explore.
Okay. Let's get you a workshop.
I think we should all be present for the planning with everything going on, but
Can you just mind link me and I can telecomment or
that would defeat the whole we all need to be present for this thing.
Well, Styx is already not here.
Yeah, and he's
So-
and by the time we're done talking, he's probably going to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would probably be best for us to actually get more done with our time. So I think it's a good idea for you to find a workshop.
At least plant the seed, right?
Go
So,
to V's. Go to V's workshop.
V2
Uncle V.
V's.
Yeah, V2
But you need
She specifically wants to go to V2
Yeah.
Lizzie has a thing she wants to do.
Okay.
yeah.
Let her do it.
All right. I'll start looking around for any people who seem like they are directing or
Sure.
providers of information.
You see that there is a halfling man who is sitting on top of an elephant. As they're pointing and shifting people around. They're like, yeah, I know. Listen, yeah,
Experienced warsmith wants to find a workshop near Vitukazi. Up.
Parahelion.
You want to fly up there?
Fly.
You have your own fly. Well, damn, girl.
Fuck. Fucking awesome.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Not every time you see a 2-ton kitty flying in the air.
Are you 2-ton kitty?
You see the armor she's wearing?
Did we take a long rest?
Yes.
We did. Yeah.
Thank
Very
God.
much so.
Okay.
All right, let's go talk to Asperia and Niv-Mizzet.
Oh, great.
Are you?
I own the Pride's Call.
He's the Sail Moon Song.
Oh, I don't know Sail. I know Stormson.
No, his last name changed. He's now like in charge of all the rivers.
Oh, did you get like
He's a new
married or
character
something?
now.
No.
He's even
It's all-
more.
you change last names when you reach a different level of grown up where I'm from.
He's even more of a
okay.
big deal now.
Cool. Your Kex?
Yep.
Unfortunately,
That was yep, cat lady with gauntlets that can fly. That is definitely Alyssa.
So you just know us?
Deadbird guy.
We're looking out for you.
Okay. We're here.
Deadbird guy.
All right.
Back.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, they have signals. The beacons are lit. The Guildsrow
He'll like looks down at his disguised self and is like,
and the yoke will answer.
They're about to play the HOA welcome back theme.
no, you don't.
God. You realize they just left.
We welcome
They
you
both
to
just left us with all this shit, right?
You can still get out of
Is
here.
it like Small World?
I
But
was the only one saying all of us should be here. I'm not gonna leave.
The sticks not make it.
He's
He's tending to his graveyard.
back there.
Daniel will be like, I'm the representative of Kellenborg for this height, suppose.
I have a representative. See, I'm important too, bitch.
What do you mean? You talk to God directly all the time.
Yeah, but you're like the god.
No. I'm a spirited best.
River god guy.
And you'll see it like, all right, basically that was just to let them know that you're here.
Oh yeah.
Head on up. Nobody should stop you.
Cool.
Thank you.
We've been looking for you. Glad to see you're back.
How are you gonna get up there?
There's
You get a sloop into a
there,
pub.
I assume there's an like
Yeah, you just walk, dude.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Like, do you want to ride? We can make it faster.
I could also have Saffron make me fly.
Sure. Do you want to ride?
If we could do that. How fast are we talking here?
Elephant speed?
Sure.
I can be an elephant. Yeah.
I've never ridden on. No, just take the. Yes.
All right.
We'll take the elephant ride.
That'd be
Thank
very
you.
kind of you. What's
your
name?
My name's Thurbert.
Thurbert?
Thurbert.
Thurbert. And what is the name of your mighty steed, Thurbert?
This is Clyde.
Thurbert and Clyde.
Brad.
Notes.
I need to leave.
Are we in Sesame Street now? There's a sign. that
I'm
says
happy we're on the same page. Holy fuck.
Also, Andrew, whenever Styx is done, just let me know and you can like make me reconvene with them.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
Oh, that was funny.
I've only noted the names. I've not determined in my notes which one is the elephant, which one is the halfling.
Thurbert is the halfling.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying that later on when I go look at my own notes, it's going to be really funny. Because I'm going to be like, oh.
Well, I did just specify, so if you get the 50-50 wrong, I will correct you.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, Clyde will put a knee down and use their trunk wrap around you. And start walking your way up. People get out of the way. Vitugazi, the world tree, is a massive tree. It is big enough for you guys to ride an elephant up the side of it like it's a street. So it is possible. While you guys are climbing the tree, Alyssa, you start making your way up. After a few moments, you hear look down. Your friends are getting on the back of an elephant, making their way up, but you have different objectives. The perihelion. Every once in a while, it will as it is shooting out. These stones and casks being thrown from the other side of Plaza East over towards Vitugazi via like trebuchet giant. Every once in a while, you'll see that there will just be a person on the bow of the perihelion, and they will just time it and guiding bolt blow it up midair. Things like that. As you ascend your way up, there's going to be a weird moment where you realize you might want to make yourself known, or they may just turn and fire.
I feel like I repaired the ship once. They've encountered me before, and that they would probably recognize me once I got closer. That being said, I'm kind of doing like a Superman pose, and I'm just gonna say, Alyssa, Architect Arcane, on the way up.
You see a few of them look down. They had like javelins, things ready to fire down. It's like, oh. Alyssa, not the broken wings. Architect Arcane? As you hear Captain Quickstep be like, allow them to board.
Oh, quick step.
And then I'll do like the superhero landing. Thank you for not shooting me down.
Thank you for being the reason this is airborne.
Yeah, I was told that there is a workshop on here that I could potentially inspect and possibly use.
Tiana, yeah.
Okay. Is Tiana below decks?
Yes, please. And she will start guiding you down.
Okay.
Going through the bows of the ship itself, you see there's a massive hustle and bustle as they are loading projectiles into what are essentially just cannons down on the bottom side of the perihelion. Those look new, that they were added and retrofitted up to it. Their gun decks are actually decks now, where you have like a row here in the middle. They had artillery at the top, but then you also have a row at like a 45-degree angle down below, where some of the smaller folk that represent the Boros are just literally nestled in and
It was just started blasting.
and you notice that from your time dealing with the Azet and things like that, there's an Azet touch on the perihelion now.
They were probably super excited to get their hands on that.
Yeah. Going through the actual bows of the perihelion, you eventually come to a open bulwark door where you can feel the heat radiating out immediately. As there's just a clanging of metal, and Tiana is inside alongside I would probably say Clifton. What would, just out of curiosity.
Clockstopper! Woo!
Yeah. Would Clifton, after the pendant fell, would he just go and be like, all right, I guess I got to go hang out with the Nimizit crowd?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You pop your head in. There are a bunch of Izet builders and stuff here. Clifton Clockstopper, who is somebody that was mentioned by your kobold companions at one point in time. Basically, one of the only pieces of the crew that are missing. Is there working alongside some of them. And you see Tiana overseeing all of them. She's barking orders. And it's like, quench that. We need more oil on Bay 5. Do you call that a fillet? That is not a fillet. Reheat it. Do it again. And she is just going around.
What would he, as a Chrono G wizard, be able to do?
Honestly, as a Chrono G wizard, not a ton, but you do have a base level of enchanting, so you're probably just sitting there helping with runes.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like, did not expect the Clifton pull.
Tiana.
She turns around and goes, hello? Welcome back.
Thank you. Broken Wings are back in town. I
gods.
have a need for crafting, and I was hoping to use a workshop. And I'm gonna reach out my hand with my new gauntlet, and
She doesn't even go to shake it. She stops, grabs you by the wrist, and starts turning it over with like an engineer's eye.
Alyssa's jonesing.
She's just like, she just goes, hey, everybody,
Look at that.
this is craftsmanship.
Jesus.
This is what you should be working towards. If this woman, Alyssa, needs your things, needs your help, yes, the answer is yes. You asked how high.
Off the ship.
If you do not, I will load you into one of the gun barrels, and that's how you will help the cause.
Tiana not taking any shit anymore.
My workshop's yours.
thank you. I have learned of new materials that you might find interesting. I will tell you about it later. What's our comm situation like?
Comms.
Yes, comms.
We shout. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Largely, we try to use message where we can for short-range comms. When we are sending detachments out, we try to have one person that at least has a sending stone, and they speak back to operators on V2Gazi.
Okay. And what's our map situation like?
What do you need to know?
Do we have maps available of the local and wider regions?
Not here, but I'm sure they do in the war room.
Okay. We're going to need to send somebody down to get some of those war room maps, at least copies of them. I am going to be crafting a map.
Okay.
Alyssa is going to look into the workshop and through whatever materials are available, she would like to craft basically a rectangle and fill it with some kind of magical like ferrofluids that are adaptable. And she would like to make an adaptable war map.
A real time?
Real time. And with the sending stones hooked in, get feedback from the different locations that are reporting in and update it as needed. So that way there is a tactical operational point in which to have comms and statistics reported in for generals.
That, I believe, is 100% something you can do. There is going to be some use of scrying. They have these crystal orbs that were very expensive here in Guildsrow that could show you a location in real time. Right, they're generally used for like the guild pack games and stuff like that. If you were a very fancy bar, you had a scrying stone or a scrying crystal that would show you the guild pack games, and people would go there to drink almost like a sports bar, right? Cool. There's also security. Don't mind me, got a mustache hair in my mouth. Didn't like that.
Wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah. There's also like things for like security, and Tiana would even bring up that they had things like that in Sunhome for specific places that they would watch, right? So they had one on the Red Wastes, they had one on Skarg, so they could watch people come in and out. The Azorius had those ornithopter copters that would come around, and their pilots would be able to see through it, and they could link those up. That being said, to link those things together and get real-time statistics, you would have to have either a fleet of those ornithopters working at all times that would not go down, almost like a satellite service, or you would have to install transmitters of some sort in those areas. So you're gonna need something that will feed you information.
Yes.
So
I would like to design it so that it will work with what it has, and then of course we're gonna craft as many transmissible like units as we can and get them installed.
So we're gonna start with a satellite service, and
Yes.
then essentially maybe retrofit some of those to drop transmitters
Yes.
into areas. You can 100% do this. It's just gonna take time.
Yes, and Alyssa is different in the way that she is ordering this. Instead of being so hands-on where she's like meticulously crafting each like little piece, she is telling people what she needs and expecting them to get it for her.
Delegating like a true boss-ass bitch.
Because this is the biggest project that she's taken on so far.
Hell yeah. You can 100% do that. So we will take that into account during your downtime activities that we'll get into. Hell yeah. That is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right. With that, Tiana starts on your behalf. While you've given her a list of things to do, you have a list of things to do. You're breaking up and going towards people. Clockstopper, you would actually get pulled for something like this because it has to do with scrying and transmitting real-time data.
Yeah. Cool.
He like picked up his empty coffee cup and was like, and then it was like,
So you'd get pulled over to work on Alyssa's detail, things of the sort, as well as just a bunch of other people are hustling and bustling, to the point where you two and Daniel, as you get up to the war room,
Bastion.
and Bastion,
I think all of us keep forgetting, but he's probably just sitting there like, good to be home.
He's a quiet guy.
he is a quiet guy. He's brooding by nature, even when he wasn't all fucked up.
At the beginning, he wasn't super brooding. I remember him getting the
was
shot with the magical marbles.
He was totally chill until he killed someone, which was the first episode. So
That's
Been
true.
there, done that. Join the club, bud.
Saffron vibrating as she got her first kill.
Yeah, she calmed down. Like, she was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Saffron's like
Power.
Saffron's like Dopender from Deadpool.
We need to get her a little taxi.
I will bathe in the blood of your enemy, Sayul. Whoa there.
Oh my god.
I want more.
Hi, Sai. That's what I'm going to assume your name is. We are hanging out, going through the planning stages of a war phase of the end of our campaign. That's basically what we're doing. Our
And
friends
what?
here are about to go talk to the War Council. We have the Architect Arcane, Alyssa, who is making a real-time strategy map,
Yeah.
as well as grave tending done by Styx Rottenwing, the Cleric Kalimvor. So, with that being said, we'll go and pick back up. So, you guys make it to the top of Vitu-Ghazi, the World Tree, and you see Judge Asperia, Niv Mizzet, and the Tristani themselves are all heads bowed down over a plethora of maps as they're murmuring to one another. Asperia, you can see, has seen combat.
Okay.
She normally has the equivalent of Sphinx robes that has been switched out for the equivalent of a Sphinx breastplate.
Nice.
The lower half unimpeded so she can still move, and openings made for her wings. That being said, her whole front chest looks like it has been burnt. There's a weird yin and yang to her and Niv Mizzet at the moment.
Yeah, how's Mizzy looking?
Yeah, how's busy?
His legs are still limp
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just out behind him. But he seems to be pressing himself up. The Niv Mizzet having an odd coloration compared to most dragons that you know. You know, he takes on like these reds and golds, not just a chromatic, not just a metallic, but it's kind of in between. Towards the tips and fins of his head and scales, there's just a faint blue coloration.
Like it.
His eyes, as you look over at him, are now blue instead of red.
And the blue tint and eyes were not there last time. So it's kind of fully started to take effect. Cool.
And
Cool.
all the way down to like the tip of his tail. Though you do notice something, which was not there before. His tail is twitching.
Hey.
It was limp.
Oh, so it's starting to kind of
He is apparently getting healed.
slowly.
That being said, he is also decked out in some armor, and looks like he has seen more combat since he's been here.
Dang.
He is not just laid down and taken it.
Don't really have a choice when you're one of the strongest beings in the city.
Well, also, like, he's trying to get back at the
Oh, yeah,
like
he's
kidnapped and used him.
Yeah, he wants a little bit of revenge.
Oh, yeah. And the Tristani themselves, they are these three dryads that work in conjunction. They have these three different faces. They take point considering what the actual subject is.
We met them once before, I think.
You did.
When we talked with them.
Episode 1, they came and spoke with you next to the Cabal, or next to Cabas and everybody else.
It was me,
It's hard to-
Sayil, because only a couple
you.
of us stayed behind for that. I think it was me and Sayil and Lolax
Yeah.
that stayed when Eldacon and Asperia and the Dryad showed up.
I barely remember any of this. It's such a long time
I mean,
ago.
this was 4 years, 3.5, 4 years ago.
Right after the train incident, a bunch of the big leaders showed up, and that's when Thack went.
Oh, yeah, that's when we were like, yeah, we need to go, guys.
Eldacon was right there, and I'm just like,
Eldacon and Nordal.
Oh,
yeah. So I was just sitting. Thack was sitting there going like,
yeah.
What's with the people vibrating when they're in, like,
well, that was the person he took an oath against.
yeah.
So
Cool. That's,
worked out so well.
sorry, I just was going into the lore because I was like, I remember these people.
Tristani, having met them and seen them in person here before, they normally, while not imposing, they're normally very tall, right? In this case, they seem to have lost a little bit of mass. To 2 faces seem to be working normally, but one of the faces seems slack-jawed and almost decayed.
Ooh.
As if they have also taken some damage.
That's the one that tells riddles.
They're all speaking with one another up here. As you round the bend to the very top, there is a chorus of as the owls announce your presence. And they look up.
Sticks.
Judge Asperia stands up.
Thank you, Clyde. Thank you, Thurber.
Nope. Nope. Thanks for the ride.
See, she will smile as, of course, this is how you guys made your entrance.
Hey, they offered like
Prince Ali, Alia Baba.
I was humming that.
Strongest and regular man, definitely.
I did one of the stems. It's been like weeks.
that was a good one though.
Wouldn't it be Prince Sail?
No.
Prince Sail.
As you can feel,
Nope. We're ending it there. Hi, Asperia.
Hello. Thank you for coming. I believe you deserve a seat here. All of you. Where is Styx?
He's at his graveyard. Alyssa went to the Perihelion.
Styx will be here momentarily. Alyssa.
She wanted to make things.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw her heading up, and actually at that point in time, there's a couple of Boros soldiers that jumped over from the Perihelion, run up. You're like, sorry, lords and ladies, and they grab a couple of the maps and I will assume that is important.
Alyssa was asking about maps before we got here, so.
Oh, yeah.
No. Also, Bastion, he's cool.
Oh, we sent forces to look for you. Hello, Bastion. As he will kind of
Styx fixed him.
This is
Fixed him.
Master of the Hunt of the Royal Court of the River Prince, Bastion.
Royal Court of the River Prince.
Oh, yeah, you need to give her a big update, don't you?
Sail the River Moonsong, the River Prince.
I must exile you more often.
valid.
I'm still just Kex.
We're like little cockroaches. We always come back twice as strong.
Yeah. Like a rad roach now.
See, Niv Mizzet smiles. You guys can actually feel and hear the hum in his chest as he's happy to hear that you've done so well for yourself lately.
Busy.
And he gets to see you again.
Hey, big guy, how you feeling?
Good and bad news. The gem we gave you, that was out of the Dreamer's back. Do you know who that is?
I've been informed by mutual friends.
Okay.
I also already ate it.
Yeah, it is what it is. We took the blame for that one.
Yep. Okay.
It's
sorry.
okay. We told him where to find the other 3.
We're gonna have to go get him.
Well, just Sarah said he'd try to handle it. We'll see what happens. How you feeling? I know that's a bit of a loaded question there, but we kind of haven't seen you in
It's
a couple months.
good and bad.
Anything different?
A mage hand will politely grab and
Anything different?
well, I guess I'm part of the Pale Guard, so I am allowed to talk of this. I have begun trying to reanimate my bones behind me.
It seems like your tail's twitching just a little bit.
It's starting to work.
How much more time do you think you need?
Don't know.
Reanimate.
They are effectively nerve dead.
Yes.
So I'm trying to reanimate the nerves and make those work. Healing magics don't work very well on them. And I don't know if you noticed, my scales are kind of fused. So I've gone through treatments on that. I've been having some of the best artisans chisel out where scales should be.
Alyssa might be able to help, build some braces or something.
We're working on it. My laboratory has been taken in Nivix, but I smash and grabbed some of the important things from the top.
We are thinking of attempting to address at least some of that.
We got a lot on the plate. So What's the status of everything?
Dumpster fire.
Yes.
Yes. And then the Tristani will begin to speak only in 2 voices instead of 3. There has been a blight taking pieces of Guildsrow at a time. The one they call Vathis. Those that were looking for you originally, the Storm Herald. They came, they periodically return, though they do not seem to be in line with Vathis.
They are. Vathis is a son of the end of an empire.
We learned a lot. There's going to be a lot of updates.
Well,
Continue.
aboard the Storm Herald's flagship is a head priest Abernathy, Morgan's father, who has come broken counsel with us and discussed what is happening here. As far as I can tell, the Endwin are split on whether they want this war or not.
Not really.
Well, you need to think about what's going on. There are people in place within the Empire that have been standing there for a long time, and then there's the actual hierarchy that's been ruling it. It's not totally out of the question to say that they're not completely on the same page.
I'm sure some like Abernathy may not want this war, but there's a lot to explain.
I'm not saying that any Enduin should be trusted, but I'm also saying that ruling all of them out as enemies may not be the best idea.
Well, instead of verbatim info dumping for an hour
Yeah.
until we go on break, I will kind of run through the Cabal, what we saw in the Shadowfell.
What we saw at the pillars.
Yeah, what we saw, the pillars.
Has been killed.
The Ordering has been called. We have some friends with them that may be able to help alleviate the giant.
Yeah, go through allies.
Yeah. Fey Courts, Primordial Courts.
Talk about the Twilight Courts. Talk about the Dreamer.
Probably mention Kelmvor taking up armor.
Yep.
I was going to kind of leave that one to you.
Whenever I get there, I can, but
I'll basically say, like, Styx can give a more in-depth explanation, but Kelmvor has armed and armored himself after Kara was killed.
I will give them updates on the status of the Raven Queen because I'm the only one that's been able to see her and how she's doing.
I saw her once, but before you saw her last.
How she's been doing. I am also the only one that's been in direct contact with Leon, and I'll describe how he's looking and doing.
Did you? No, you did, because
I
Andrew described
saw
his
him.
face.
I had to try and get away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a shadow figure, but
Oh
no, it was twisted and warped.
That was the first time I've seen the real him.
Yikes.
Explain that the pillars may be interested in having Hildegard attempt to hold together the fire side of things.
They need a fire person.
And
Also, let them
on
know.
the large wave that will be attacking us in a month.
I think also the fact that we do want to check the fire pillar on the material plane to see if we can do anything, because Styx might be able to.
I'm expecting it got sun-homed, like the turtles in the glass.
We'll see.
Very much going to highlight that Cabus is dead and that Bastion killed her.
Oh yeah, we'll go through, itemize which of the Cabal are dead. We have sworn an oath, and I have accepted that as being law in my royal court.
I'll tell them that the two vampires that were
Or the He-Man Cabal Haters Club or something.
orchestrating what happened to me, I'll tell them that they are both killed. I'll give them more updates about Svadarak that I have.
Yeah, you're info dumping.
Yeah.
So much shit.
It's so much shit. And I would want at some point to mention the stuff I learned from Lolax's father to Nimizit.
See, Niv-Mizzet actually crinkles his nose at that idea.
Need all the help we can get.
I'm not sure you want help from them.
It's not a we, it's the whole world.
Por qué?
Why? Yeah.
I may be biased, as it were, but I need to go find the name really quick.
Yep.
It was like Razak.
Yep,
20 page.
I'm trying to make
Raznal, I
sure.
believe.
Rizno?
Rizno.
Or Raznal or Riznal.
Raznal.
Yep,
That's what
I'm
it was.
trying to make sure that stuff's not forgotten.
Yep. No, that's fucking awesome.
Yep.
He curls his lip at that and goes, Raznal and his brood.
Who is Raznal?
He's a dragon, gold dragon of the second age. He, much like Endwin, actually, at one point in time had the thoughts of man and how to better them in mind. Now to help. But that meant that his order, those that follow under him, should answer to him unyieldingly, and that he is law. Some would argue he did that well, and he was a just magistrate. I would venture to ask if you believe that all the laws are fair in the Draco Regnum, for he wrote most of them.
The chromatic side of the regnum.
No, the metallic.
Yeah, the metallic. Sorry.
His cult eventually fell apart, though there are still a few of them kicking around. They are powerful, and they do hold to Raznal's teachings still, but they believe in law before good.
Is Raznal himself still around?
No, he was ousted and killed.
So it's just the cult then.
So it is believed. Though, if I remember correctly, as I was quite new to the plane at the time, that his heart was never found.
Oh.
You don't say. Andrew, you fucker. you.
I swear to God, we did identify that, and it was the heart of Raznal or some shit.
You.
Like, who's Raznal? And then we learn it like a year later.
There was no name associated with it, if I don't remember.
It was two.
But it was a title.
Okay.
We found
If
it.
I remember correctly, it was Death's Judgment.
So
We have that.
yeah, we have his heart. We found it.
Unless we could pull it
The
out.
Gruul actually had it. Remember the Draco Hydra out in the wastes?
Yes.
It was in there.
Well, I would say if you still believe that you should go deal with Raznal's cult, you have quite the bargaining tool.
What do you...
Or somebody of a high enough caliber may be able to raise him and
You could
resurrect him. on
the heart?
All right, then is it?
Maybe.
What would you think that they could help with?
This is just gonna.
the cult or Raznal himself.
Both.
The cult have an order of paladins under them that believe in gathering artifacts in an effort to give back to Raznal's horde.
A bunch of paladins would be really helpful.
Bunch of paladins with a magic treasure hoard.
Would be very
Yes.
helpful.
It is of my understanding that in that horde currently is chastity, one of the 7 virtues.
We made one of those recently. We is a strong word. Listen.
We could.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
What about Raznal?
He is a force to be contended with. He You watch the fins and scales on Niv Mizzet shudder and like move as he would be a force equivalent to me.
That'd be helpful.
Do you think he would help?
If you could convince him that the Endwin were wrong, yes. But you would then have to convince him that the way we are running things now are better than the way he was doing it, or else you would have to put him down again.
Do you think having an ally like that is worth the risk?
No.
Okay.
Then you see his spirits, well,
Is that bias? Mizzet, I respect.
Mizzy,
the
we go
hell out
back
of you.
far enough. I feel like we can keep the buck.
We've brought you up to a lot of other people around, and they haven't had the best reaction.
I have to think about it. I don't do introspection.
I know you're a man of science. Think about it, but it is
Possibly it is bias.
it's an option that we have. Worst case, we can just get some paladins. And at the end of this, we can offer them the heart. Or not. It's a war.
I have been informed, as he looks at the rest of the council,
Yeah.
I am only a voice and not the whole.
It's on the table.
Just saying, do we have 4 seats on the council or just 1?
Quickstep is overseeing the bombardment. She holds the other seat. Or rather, the Boros are what is left of them do. Sometimes it is Diana, sometimes Quickstep. They have not elected a head.
Oh.
Wait, it sticks back.
We can say so.
Okay. 6 flies in.
Saya will hold up his lute, and out will come a trumpet sound.
Well, regardless,
Down below.
it's a new option we didn't know we had. And having another you would be very helpful.
All right.
Don't play to my
Six,
ego.
we tried to sell them the Director.
He smiles.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I do that one. I do that one when bring him back in just a little bit.
I'm sorry, my ears were burning with talks about the Lich Heart.
Yeah. So we found out whose that is.
Okay.
Sure.
It's so the cult, the dragon cult that Loax was a part of, or his mom was. The leader that cult is based off is that's
Okay.
his heart.
All I heard on my way in was, well, we could resurrect him.
Really quick. As you guys are discussing this, you see Alyssa has been sent on behalf of the Boros for this meeting. She has been given a stamp of Boros that is in Quickstep's hand. And
Okay, gang's all here.
Are you with us, or are you doing your own thing? Both?
I wear many hats right now.
I mean, yeah. Is this like a we all get exiled and you're not kind of thing again? Or,
Okay.
Depends. What do you guys get done here?
I think you had a seat separate to the Boros seat, maybe.
I can't help it that they love me, okay?
Have they been caught up?
Yeah. Alyssa made a virtue. Shadow felt bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragon cult.
Six is gonna go over to Niv Mizzet and start inspecting and making. I'm gonna ask him really quick. What type of magics have they tried?
they've tried restorative, they've tried resurrection. I've done necromancy. That seems to work.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
He's animating them.
Also, the dragon cult has another virtue.
Dragon cult?
Dragon cult.
So,
Heart.
you know the heart that we're not supposed to talk about?
We're over it. We're over it. It's fine.
That heart belongs to the leader of the dragon cult that Lolax's mom was a part of.
Yep.
He was in a cult?
Apparently.
An order of paladins,
Yeah.
which is a cult. That sounds legitimate.
And this guy
But at least it wasn't an order of warlocks.
Yeah.
And this guy wrote all the lore or all the rules for the Draco Regnum and stuff, but he's dead now.
Yeah, so he was the former king of the Draco Regnum almost, and you have his heart.
Well, can we circle back on this?
Yeah, it's just a new option that we have for allies.
Do you have it?
Have what?
You have it.
I don't. No, we put it in.
Yeah, we put in McGuire.
Okay, show them. I'll look away.
Yeah. I'll pick it up and like
Prestidigitation.
There's oil on it. It's not even saliva. It is just like motor oil.
yeah, this is it.
Niv Mizzet actually laughs. It's been so disrespected.
We didn't know.
If we do bring him back, let's leave this part out until after the fight.
I mean, could he just eat it?
Nah, I don't think he wants to eat that.
Are you kidding me?
Ask him.
He stops. He thinks about it.
You think we can use it to give you his power, soup you up?
I think that we should think about it. This was originally talked about when we found you catatonic.
Yeah.
So
We were thinking about replacing it.
If we do feed him the heart, though, we write off probably the people being our allies.
Oh, did I ever legend lore on it?
No.
Nope. The one that would have provided.
Give it to me.
You guys found it beforehand, and then
Yeah, we found it before you legend lord.
Just
The
give it to
heart.
me.
Yeah, here you go. Thanks for not being a baby.
and mind you, when I say the heart, it is a heart. It is you.
Okay. I will cast legend lore.
How long does that take?
Let me see. 5th level, boop,
I would,
and
while he's casting legend lore, if it takes a good amount of time, I would
10 minutes.
I would tell them about what's his name, Breezecliff, not Vathis.
Heatran.
Heatran. Heatran is about.
They're probably very aware.
He's well.
Really?
They might of
Wasn't he
where
here?
he is.
Oh, where he is now.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them that Heatran is in Breezecliff and he is about to move out on his ship.
Indoin is going to retract the entirety of their military presence from the Barrack North and likely come down here with it.
Yeah,
If we can cut them off and take care of them ahead of time, that will be a serious blow.
We don't know if they are going to back to the Enduin Empire first and then coming here, or if they are coming straight down. But they will be passing by Crag's Keep, where Jotun is called the Ordning.
And I consider them allies.
They are. They've offered assistance.
They've given assistance.
Yeah.
They helped us retrieve the Dreamer from
Yep.
was it the water pillar on the Shadowfell side of things.
Yes.
Cabus was doing that.
Right. You see the three of them begin speaking to one another, and then basically discussing. Well, I think we kind of understood that at some point in time this was going to get worse. It's very evident that the forces have been outfitted with Boros gear, but more and more often we see intermittent Stygian iron production that they are using. We understood that came from Sunhome originally, thanks to Alyssa, but Sunhome's capabilities should be destroyed.
Likely in the smelting quarter.
They may have retaken it in the smelting quarter and started doing that. Nivix itself could have been done, but Mizzet here, and you'll watch his like fins and scales bluster up with pride, and he goes, Niv Mizzet here destroyed the prime blister coil at the top and sundered much of the capabilities. He said, what did you say? If I could not use it, nobody could. It is my hoard. I built it with my own 2 claws. And she was like, yes. Settle down.
Also, the kobolds, the rest of them, they're still in Breezecliff with the ship, but they're okay.
We can touch base with them to find out more about them.
Yep.
Thank you for letting us know. We're supposed to be convening with the Storm Herald in about a day or so. He's supposed to come for another meeting. We've been having intermittent meetings. He has the crew on board, including Abernathy, have done their best to disembark, help heal, assist those on this side, and then they go and do it on the other side.
They have been helping.
They have been maintaining that they are a neutral party.
That is a lie, but they are being helpful, so I think it would be best for us to avoid them tomorrow.
Is the Storm Herald still after us? Or are
Alyssa specifically, he wishes to speak with you.
The Storm Herald?
do you believe that would be a good idea or a bad idea?
I believe that if it was just the Herald himself and all of us, then it could be safe enough.
It would be a good olive branch, but this is up to you if you want to face that.
I created this mess. I should probably clean it up.
We can clean it up.
Together. Bro.
All right. I will be the stick and you can be the mop.
Can I be a carrot?
Can I not be a mop, please?
You just said you wanted to help clean
You
it.
do
I don't
soak
make
up
the rules.
liquids pretty well.
Shut up.
Yeah,
That's why I don't
that's
want to be
true.
the mop.
I don't make the rules. I just decide stuff and write it down.
Am I the mop water?
Yeah.
Call him the mop. His father's the
He's-
bucket.
Yeah. Stick. Using the stick. Water. Mop. Bastion's the bucket.
Who's the soap? Okay, sorry.
I believe this metaphor has gone a little
Okay.
too far.
We've
Morgan was the soap.
So is the Storm Herald here?
Too soon.
No, he's, like I said, he's currently out in the wastes assisting them in their wounded.
Okay.
I see.
He's a neutral party right now. Treats him as such.
I would like to speak to the world turtle. If possible.
Yeah. If we could also figure out where they're keeping all the waters of Vitugazi, that would be good too. Or the sap, rather.
You spoke of Mother Morose?
Yes.
Actually, the Tristani will take point to this point. You spoke of Mother Morose.
Yes. I believe she is siphoning some of the primordial waters from Vitugazi.
Vitugazi does not have primordial waters.
The primordial sap, energy, turtle milk.
You wish to speak with Vitugazi?
Yes.
He has spoken with the other turtles already.
I am here.
And when I spoke to Tren, the pillars, they indicated that this might have been a sibling of theirs.
Predecessor.
it's where the other trees come from.
They are my saplings.
They are yours.
They are the
I am wrapping my head. I imagined you to fill a similar role to my mother, Queen Isara. But I see I misunderstood. How can I help you? Where is the corruption coming from?
I have been able to fight off the corruption for the most part. Mother Morose, you are correct, has been stealing little by little. I knew of this. I let it happen. My hope was that with her rivalry between the other mothers and the matron here, that maybe she would see the light. Maybe if a little bit of life was given to her, that she could turn and maybe do good with it. I do not know what she has done with it.
can't be good.
I know that little by little, it is still pulled.
Is that where your wounds originate from?
Down in my roots. Yes. But I am a giving tree. I let this happen. Just as I give to all of those here, and I give to those on the other side, and make sure that there is still food to find and magic to be had. And life. To take from one is to take from all.
Okay. I will go and I will see about attempting to heal portions of the roots, if possible, if that will help.
We have to
Speak with Mother Morose. I know not what she does, but this wound is not so dire I cannot withstand it.
Would it be okay if I made another wound and took some sap?
What would you do with it, child?
Pull out the canister that was made with a similar substance.
I'm not making another one of those.
I know. I'm showing an example of what you've done.
Okay, yeah, that one was pretty good. I was proud of that. I would create the world's best map.
Alyssa has also figured out materials that could be refined to be able to kill Leon.
I think we would have explained to some extent Stygian
Silver.
the verdant water.
This seems to be the missing puzzle piece.
I got this, guys.
Sorry, Master of Crafts.
I would create the world's best map, and I would create tools for preserving life and ensuring that life goes on.
You feel a foreign force start to push into your mind. It is not hostile, it is curious. As the Tristani, the speaker for the World Tree, Vitugazi, is trying to look in and delve into your thoughts.
I will allow full access, and I will create a curation of the memories and thoughts that I have that would probably be of most interest, specifically on how that could be used and how we are desperately seeking an alternative to Nixium because of the fact that it is not life.
For a few moments, the feeling ebbs and pulls away, and I cannot give much. I would ask you speak to Mother Morose first and see what she has had. It is a small draw, but that is enough to tire. I have received wounds on my trunk and tree and stems, and part of me is lost, and I don't know if they'll ever come back. I can tell you, though, that was not of Mother Morose's doing. Please speak with her and see if maybe you can take from there before I need give more.
Alyssa will bow.
The Tristani will bow in turn. And after that, you will actually watch as the triumvirate of triads just seals back into it. I hate when she does that. She just leaves like, we know you can still hit anyways.
She's technically still here.
I did kind of have one more question, but I'll talk to her later, I guess.
Maybe it is something I can answer.
I wanted to know about her relationship to Titania, and if any token of hers would help us negotiate with Titania for assistance.
I said I may be able to answer. I cannot. I apologize.
That would be a very, very potentially the most valuable ally in what's about to happen.
pitch it as some pretender is attempting to set himself up as a mirror to Titania.
She would probably hate that.
Yeah.
Niv like, I understand she already has one.
Yes, she would hate more.
She would hate a worse one.
Well,
we both know how long her hate can last.
I will ask on your behalf, and you may be called back up. She seems quite tired, though, at the moment, and needs some time to recuperate. Is there anything else that we must speak on? Sounds as though that we have possible allies to go speak with. If you guys are looking for work to do, we have plenty of it. A shock troop of your value. Though it sounds as though you may be globetrotting a bit more.
Yes.
And we will try to hold the fort as it is.
High priority targets can be added to our list. We have a month, and we are intending to prune their forces as much as possible.
I also have something that I could do to help if you think it would be a good idea. I am from that side of the continent. I am from the Enduin Empire, the outskirts. My father is still there. I can go back there with Sail's help and do some infiltrating.
Information gathering is always a good thing.
I would have to negotiate with some of my siblings before I just sent you over willy-nilly, but we could probably do something.
And me and Bastion have the idea of during this time to do a little hunting.
Bastion, for the first time this entire conversation, will smile.
If there are any hunters that you feel could assist at their pace, as the five of us make a good team, but we are not all sneaky and speedy.
That's one reason why I'm going to go talk to my dad.
You see as Judge Spirit thinks on it for a moment and just, many of our investigators, as Kex once was, it's me actually.
Just thought of something of extreme importance.
Yeah.
Where is Tempe?
Stop thinking the things I'm going to say today, okay? Let me have my character.
Is that actually what you
Yes.
I'm just saying, Kex is the mind. He is the mind link guy.
Yeah, he is.
Most of our investigators, when everything fell to shit, they've stayed on. They've done their job as resource gathering. That's how we know so much about what is going on in Nivix and the such. They have their assignments, though I'm sure I could pull another if you think that would behoove you. They're not hunters so much as detectives. But they're capable.
I could probably fit Hush and some of his friends through a river if we wanted to call him back up.
You could go find
Yeah, that
him.
was a plan later today.
Go find him. Go grab him, bring him back.
Did you say you were going to cast Legend Lore?
I have been. I've just been waiting for a break.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a 10-minute cast, so...
The only other thing I would want to know before we set out and start dealing with things, when I left, I had Styx inform you that Yolov's body was missing. Has there been any sighting? Word? Anything?
We have not seen anything of Yolov, neither his body nor maybe something more untoward. That's not to say that he isn't there. I think we both understand that Yolov was a quite capable infiltrator and investigator. So there's nothing to say that he is not still operating if he had been turned. I personally saw to his internment. I know that for quite some time he should not be able to be affected by undeath at all. So whatever vampiric nature that he'd had when he unfortunately passed, or not, should not have been able to keep. And as far as I understand, they would have had to do something additional.
It's just a wrong I need to right.
Well, with that, unless you have any other questions for me.
Nope.
You don't want to ask about Tempe?
Nah, I kind of got ruined now.
Well, before he leaves, I would like to, once Legend Lore is done, give information to everybody about information.
By the way, weeks ago we had a friend. Oh, Sticks, you're finally done?
It was a few months ago at this point.
Many moons.
Yeah. Remember, weeks ago was when the time we lost to the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Legend Lore kicks off. Looking over this decrepit, blackened heart, you ask Kalimvor and those of his purview, what could have happened to cause something like this? There is a vision that is given unto you as the incense and things in the background as you all are talking take form, as once again you're met with Hrist. Tired, beleaguered. Why is it whenever I find somebody asking questions they should not know, I find you?
I guess it's my specialty.
I get paid to drink and know things.
Paid for months.
I guess the things of most importance come from those who may be able to deal with them. We've had this for a while, and we've gone back and forth on what it can do, what it was. We're looking to see now, in our current position, war on our doorstep, what this is, what it was, and what it can be.
I will allow you to be the judge. As they are, they grab the top of your head and slam it down into the actual root system here, the actual trees itself. As you feel sticks, you are ripped from your body.
Oh, God.
And sent down as you're going through the actual rings of this tree back in time. As you go through, you see that you're getting information in reverse as you start from the outside and make your way in, actually.
Going backwards.
Going back in time. So, oddly enough, you see the birth of Lolax. His mother, wounded, broken, as she has but one moment with her son before she passes. As she looks over and hands the pendant of Raznal off to the little bundle as she then passes. You see this same woman, this tall, golden, dragonborn woman, having come to Breeze Cliff on a diplomatic mission through the cult itself and the Draco Regnum. A meeting with the Baron at the time, but she seems very uninterested and instead catches the eye of a local blacksmith. As the ship leaves, she stays behind. Further back in the Draco Regnum themselves, the cult of Raznal, the Order of Raznal, in fact, there is this castle-sized horde. And in it, you see multiple other Dragonborn kin bringing in magics, pieces of artifact, pieces of gem, coin, as they bring it into the treasury room itself, and they all begin to chant over it. You see a cavity set in a stone just about the right size for this heart that you have in hand.
So this is a stone with a cavity that is heart-shaped in the Dracoregnum? In the Hoard of Raznal?
In the Hoard of Raznal. It has a cavity in it, almost like the heart should be placed there. You see as they all chant over it, Lolax's mother taking head as this position of honor as they bleed all of the pieces of magic here within. It coalesces in the cavity where the heart should be, and she reaches in and takes hold of it, becoming supercharged in some type of way. All the gemstones break and shatter. All the coins start to deteriorate and rust, though there is one whip in the background that seems unaffected by all of this. A piece of artifice and magic even above what they are doing here. It goes back even further. A ritual very similar to the one that you just saw, but instead of in the center being this pedestal, a massive wounded golden dragon that is trying their best to stop the ebb of life leaving themselves. Dragons known for bringing in the magic all around them. That is why they hoard gemstones, that is where they draw their natural magics from. And in fact, dragons, in this case Raznal, wants to keep his corporeal form instead of passing on into the ether and magic itself.
So he's trying to hoard his own magic.
He's hoarding magic, and it has become too much for his body. In an attempt, they want to disgorge his heart. Not to become a Dracolich, but to become something else.
Can I discern what? Like, can I hear anybody talking about what they're trying to do with the heart?
They're trying to make him a dragon eternal. There's no undeath here, as dragons do not need souls to live, but they need magic.
Okay.
So they're not siphoning that, but it is inherent to you, and you know this, that as they're disgorging this and placing it on the pedestal that you would then see, looking around, you realize that room was wrought of Raznal's body. Looking at the space that you've seen just before, the pillars and everything that make up the walls are actually his ribs. And zoomed out a little bit further into this older place that you see, there is no room here so much as you are on top of a mountain. The castle that you saw later on being literally built around his dead body.
Metal as fuck.
They disgorge the heart, and the process goes awry. You see that the correspondence does not go into Raznal proper, his body, but the one actually committing the ritual themselves gets inundated with power and magic.
Do I recognize the person who's doing the ritual?
They seem to be a dragonborn of sorts.
Okay.
Appears to be gold.
So Gold Dragonborn was the one who was trying to make him. Does it seem like they were trying to make the dragon eternal, or does it seem like they were trying to?
They seem distraught as this happens. All of the other people of the order drop down around him. The magic literally expended from them. As you see them, some of them still living, come back up, kneeling and trying to cast, and nothing happens. In fear and rage, this person takes off.
Okay.
As you look a little bit further back, it is the Second Age. It is the Age of Divinity, and you do not see a golden dragon, but instead just a massive draconic beast.
Does this sound like a sin to me?
No. You see, alongside him, there is a dragonborn of platinum. As he looks on, says, Raznal, should you have faith in the Father, you will find power. Your heart is in the right place. You just must have faith in Bahamut himself, and he will help you. Raznal responds in dictum. You have been given gifts. You've been given things to cherish by Bahamut. I war on for our kin and kith, and I receive no help. It is because you have no faith. How can you pull from something that you do not believe in? How do I believe in something that is given me not? There is an opposing of ideals, though they believe roughly in the same thing, that law is important and the protection of peoples are utmost. You see, as in dictum, the dragonborn in question has this coil of white braided hair. Chastity. You understand this to be the champion of Bahamut. You need a proffer of faith. You need to understand this. It's like, yes, how can he help me? I will help you in his stead. And they make a pact.
Was there a name said about the gold dragonborn at all?
Platinum dragonborn.
Oh, the platinum was in dictum. The gold was Raznam.
Raznal.
Raznal, the gold dragon. But in this case, just a dragon. There is no tint to his scales yet.
Oh, so this is before he...
Became gold.
Whoa. Does Styx know anything about dragonborn? They don't like...
Pause. This might just answer your question here in a moment. They make this pact and they both cut their arms, one massive paw full of claws longer than a man's torso. The other one, a large hand by human standards, but still just a hand. As they press into each other, a pact sealed, and you watch as Raznal's scales begin to shift, taking on a golden tint, as the first golden dragon is born. In your hand, you understand the history of Raznal. You understand that after the Second Age and the Star Eater's reign, when he had helped in dictum go after the stars and people that had fallen and even fight off some of the giants that were still there within, off screen from our own little campaign, as there was much more to do than only 4 people could. When the raising of the Draco Regnum began, he was there on the forefront. A champion of Indictum, and Indictum being the champion of Bahamut. But after Indictum's passing, his ideals of law and justice became twisted and warped. Thinking he had to be the figurehead for the entire Draco Regnum, he sought to extend his life. The ritual going awry and unfortunately taking some of the lives of those that he followed him, believed in him, warping his heart in true. The magic being passed off to another instead, and Raznal forever being scarred. While his body had since decayed and passed, those that believed in Raznal's cause try again and again to bring back whatever spark they can to bring him forth. They even recaptured the belt of chastity, the whip of chastity, and brought it back, though even they could not undo the binds that Morden had wrought on it. So, in your hand, in true, you have the heart of Raznal. Corrupted, shadow blight, the judgment of death. Though you also understand that touch was not intentional. He did not mean to become a Dracolich. He did not mean to do whatever had happened. He tried to extend his life, yes, but not through undeath. It was for his people.
How long ago?
This would have been
Second age or first?
Raznal was around during the first age. He fought in the second and died just before the third.
So you can't even true resurrect him.
Yep. That's the only way. The heart.
Okay. As I regain consciousness, I'm gonna be like,
Hey, buddy.
oh,
Pick him up and like get the dirt off his face. Cause
I face planted.
yeah.
You good? Yeah, dude, you were way too far away for me to catch you.
Did you guys see Chris?
Why do you just get to talk to God?
What do you mean, Chris?
Oh God.
You casted a spell and then you passed the fuck out.
Yeah, I just expected to hear a voice about what was in it. Nope, Chris came and is like, why are you always asking these questions? Fine, go and see. So I got to see the history of Raznal.
How was it?
I would tell the story front to back, not back to front, about Indictum, the Pact, him trying to live longer, all that fun stuff. And I'm going to look at him as I'm going to be like, I don't think he was a bad person.
I mean,
You can be an asshole and not be a bad person.
yeah, that
This wasn't what
I think
was
that-
supposed to happen.
I think that's perspective shifting for you, isn't it? Maybe a little.
Well, in a way, but this itself, the product is the product, but
Right.
what happened to
intention.
get there, it wasn't. This wasn't supposed to be it.
Right.
This is wrong.
Right.
Still inherently.
Right. But it could be righted.
That I don't know.
It's possible.
If anybody was gonna do it, I'm looking at him.
When I was telling this, did I see Nimizit like perk
Yeah.
up at any specific points in this?
I'd like to see Noah Spiria's and Mizit's reactions to that info dump.
Mizzy Izzy.
Passing notes
Also-
at the table.
Cool as fuck. I'm a massive slut for a good dragon story.
There is a little note in there that I'm not sure anybody picked up on, but
What was it?
it was said.
Birth of Lolax, the pendant of Raznal.
Yeah.
Did Lolax have the pendant?
We have the thing.
You guys have it now.
We have the pendant
Yeah.
and the heart.
Yep. We have both.
And in fact, after having the importance of the pendant explained, I imagine I might have held on to it as I was the one that went and spoke to him, unless that he gave it to you.
You gave it to me.
Okay.
Sayo comes and rips it out of your pocket.
Yeah.
You have the pendant.
I have the pendant. He has the heart.
That was the piece, right? Was that the piece?
Yeah. What's the reaction from Mizzy Izzy?
His lip still curls. Even amongst dragons, he was greedy. Taking magic itself. In his death, that was lost. That will never recirculate. That will never come back.
I think that may have been the purpose for which Lolax was born. What you described makes sense. It sounds like a sizable amount of the dragon sword was taken in as magic into Lolex's mother.
Passed down.
Lolex became a magical force to be reckoned with.
I will be completely honest with you, Nim, is that I will be going to wherever this is. I owe Lolax at least that. What we do there and allies that we make or decisions that happen, I can't say what will, but it's the least that I can do. And I will be doing it.
There's no response. Judge Asperia, though, you watch her. She looks sad,
It's a tragic fucking story.
broken, as she remembers Lolax, and you guys understand she likes you guys at a personal level. She watched you fight and understands what Lolax meant to you. She has delved into your minds. She has seen your story and seen where Lolax left off, and then hearing from you, from Niv Mizzet, what Lolax did to help the world. You watch her hold back a tear as she... I would be cautious that should you be able to, under any types of means, possibly bring him back, I would question whether or not the time and impact on Raznal would be worse for him than when he died.
Styx, I know Hildegard was looking into the effects of Soul Flame aggressively. Is that something you'd be willing to look into?
Soul Flame?
Lolex?
I have a different idea.
What specifically?
Bringing them back?
We can look into it, but I'm not sure. There wasn't much left.
We would have to be able to get to Sunhome.
Sunhome.
If we're going to study bringing those kind of people back that were affected by Soul Flame, we would have to get to Sunhome.
There might be other ways. Besides Sunhome, but it is a good place to start, I think.
I'm gonna start corralling.
Roll a perception check or an insight check on Lizzie and Andrew to know why they keep smiling over what we missed.
It's not over what you missed. This has just been a long time coming, is all. And it's...
We had the heart. We just haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Crazy how things come together.
I didn't even know about the heart.
I didn't know that Spadarek was the first vampire.
I'm gonna be corralling the rat. Why am I blanking on his name?
Who?
McGuire?
McGuire. Yeah. I'm gonna be corralling McGuire to eat it again. All right, go on. I'm gonna like pick him up and like put him on it.
I will be
Like face down.
Yeah, literally.
I will be holding that pendant a lot closer now.
So Moradin, that was who came and talked to. Wasn't that the one that?
That's a dwarven god that Hildegard follows.
Yes.
Yes.
No, we didn't talk to Moradin. We talked to what's his name? He has chastity, or he has it bound.
Chastity's in the Horde.
Well, there was something about Moradin's bind on it.
Right.
Did Moradin make it?
No. Well,
Roll me history.
I'll do it. I'm not gonna do well.
23.
Fuck. Wait, I could do better. No, I can't.
I rolled a 10.
Wait,
Shut the fuck up.
Close.
Are you rolling over there, Sam? Or
Oh, sure. History?
a history or arcana?
We're not.
I thought I saw you.
What did you say specifically? Because I wrote down Morden's bind on chastity.
They could not siphon the magic off of
Nat.
chastity because of Moradin's bind.
29.
I feel like Styx would be able to be like Morden's bind and then be like Alyssa made a virtue and she has a bind on it. I feel like Styx would be able to put that together. Or that's his. That's what he would infer. I would say.
I rolled 29. I got a natural 20.
Hell yeah, dude. Give me a
Does making
second.
it bigger do anything for it? As I could.
Only one way to find out.
Let's find out.
God, I wish I could.
Flash of genius.
So, 32.
Looking at
History check. That was a low D8 roll, too.
What specifically were you looking for again?
who created chastity?
Yeah.
What's the story of chastity?
Yep.
Because it was a big part of all of that I saw. Because
It
Indictum
is.
had it. They tried to siphon the magic from it.
It could be very helpful if we
It
had
was a braid of Anam that got ripped out of his head.
Yep.
Anam?
So,
God,
with a 23,
God.
Zahil, you understand after stories with Uncle V and spending time with him that they, those that follow the ordning, and there's a lot of elder giants that think Anam's kind of like a bad dad, essentially. So the idea of chastity being an item to them is kind of funny.
Okay.
So they talk about it like a fairy tale about how the dragon came up and ripped the hair out of, like during their fight, the platinum dragon came up, pulled a part of Anam's hair, but also like his scalp, a bit of skull, as they were administering the mollywomp of a time. Bahamut cherished that, and it was later forged into chastity.
By Moradin?
The 29.
Okay.
32.
32. Moradin was the one who took it from Bahamut as a gift because they live in the same plane. They live on the Mount Celestia, right? Moradin tends the forge there. Bahamut roams the skies, and Cord actually sits atop it.
And Princess Celestia oversees all of them.
Yes, exactly. So after that fight had happened and Bahamut came by, a little bit of showboating involved with him talking about how he like literally ripped a part of Anam's head off as like the piece of skull is there hanging. Moradin took it, braided it down like using Dwarvish braids, and made it into the Whip of Chastity. They worked together to forge the magic of it. Their original goal for it to take Anam's power as they now had a part of him and siphon it away. The same way that Maldir had done to the Red King with the crowns. So seeing the innovation of their own people indoors, they tried to copy that. They unfortunately never had the opportunity. So Moradin gifted that back to Bahamut, who then gifted it to Indictum, one of the original champions, who used it for quite some time. That got passed down through the ages. Sometimes it was lost, sometimes it was found. At the end of the Third Age, there was a paladin of sorts that wielded it during the Battle of the Sins. He was unceremoniously killed, and it was lost for quite some time. That being said, apparently it has been refound by the original order who had it. The Cult of Raznal, or as some might say, the Order of Raznal.
That's in the Draco Regnum.
In the Horde, yeah. Well, we give them their big dude back. I don't think it's very hard to ask for that.
Or at least a few chunks of them.
We'll add that to the list of the agenda.
I'm just saying Lolax would be like their me. He showed up with the heart and the amulet.
It's the only way I can get a little bit of Lolax back, so.
Well, with that, major info dump done. You guys have returned to Guildsrow, seen what state it is, and are starting to make your own plans and figure out what you'd like to do from here on out. With that, it is about our closing time for today's session, or this one at the very least. We may or may not do another one. If you see another episode come out where our close are the same, we did one. If we didn't, then we'll see you in a week.
I'm going to wear this outfit next week just to fuck with you.
We love you very much. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.